Great moments are born in great opportunity. One game. If we played them 10 times, they might win 9, but not this game. Not tonight. Tonight, we stay with them, and we shut them down because we can.
Are you ready?
It's time for Longview Lobos football, live on 106.5 Jack FM.
Lobo Nation is on Jack FM. KOOI, Jacksonville, Tyler, Longview.
106.5 Jack FM presents the John King Coaches Show.
Brought to you by Peter Chevrolet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Buick in Longview.
Lobo Nation, Harlan, the sports guy, and Pigskin Bob with you back for the John King Coaches Show, presented by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, and Fiat. And it's Longview Marshall Week, but it's not a normal week around here at all. All our thoughts and prayers are with the King family and the big man himself, as he had surgery this week. And man, we're all with him. And I know when he sent his mother and his wife out of the room because they were talking too much.
Mother-in-law.
And
his sister.
I know the coach is going to be fine. Right. That sounds like our John King. So we have an interim head coach, Oscar Wilson, and you're brand new to Longview, aren't you, Coach?
47 years now.
47 years.
47 years.
I'm going to reach over. I'm going to do one thing with your mic.
Okay.
And that's really got to be a record somewhere as far as being a coach in one system for 47 years.
I don't know. I just know that God put me in position, and I'm staying here until God says it's time to go.
And Pat Collins.
And Pat Collins, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Pat Collins said you're staying when he got here, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
And been a part of the pro 47 years. We were having coffee with Johnny Vaughn and talking about, which one of you has seen the most Lobo games in the last 47 years.
I bet there's not a 5-game difference.
No, probably not. But I've been blessed to see a lot of football in Longview. And not just Longview, Texas, but when we make the playoffs, we go to different venues, and I enjoy that. And these kids deserve it. Wherever we play, they deserve it.
Absolutely. Real quick, tell folks, you're a Marshall man.
Yes.
Now, you told me not to tell that on the air. And there's 3 ways to get the word out: telephone, telegraph, Harlan.
Well, I'm from Marshall. Mm-hmm. That's my hometown. I enjoyed the city, and I lived there for 40-some years.
Goodness.
And then God moved me. Mm-hmm. And he didn't move my heart. My heart's in Marshall. But my bills are paid by Longview.
Amen.
I'm a Longview Lobo. Right. And that's what I'm about.
I would guess 47 years in the program, you're probably pretty green inside.
I'm bought in.
Yeah.
But
I have Loboed up.
Do you Lobo?
Every day. Every morning when I get up, I Lobo up. I'm ready to go to work.
Yeah, and you're spoiled, though, because you've seen a lot of really good football.
Yes.
And I bet you get spoiled to that, to the level of football that Longview does compared to all the other programs.
I was asked the question the other day, why do you win? We win because we expect to win. That's what it's expected in Longview, Texas. We're going to do whatever it takes to win. That word, whatever it takes, 2018, whatever it took, we were going to bring that state championship back to Longview, and we did it.
Mm-hmm. Was that your best moment?
That's my best moment.
In Lobo history?
In Lobo history.
Yeah.
Now, I have a friend named Curtis Jones, and this man right here next to me, Mr. Pigskin Bob, Tankhead. Coach Jones, Tankhead, one of your first students, one of your first players in Jefferson, Texas. He told me to make sure. I told you. I'm telling you right now, in front of the public. Tankhead. That's his nickname. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I've heard Jerry Bennett call him Tankhead.
Tankhead.
Oh God.
And let's real quick recap the Lufkin game for the Lobo fans. Y'all came out and you decided to be very gracious and give them the ball and let them have a chance to get in the game. And then you wiped a little speck of blood off your lip and you said, okay, that's enough. And then you smoked them.
Absolutely. Well, what we do here in Longview, we have a play sheet that we're going to go through every game. Coach King will stand before the players and tell them, these are the 10 plays we're going to run to see what they're doing. Well, he didn't anticipate a fumble and an interception. He didn't think that was going to happen, but it happened. But because of our belief, you play 4 quarters. One does not define you. You put that out of your mind, live to see another play, and we scored a touchdown, made it 14-7. I knew then we were going to be all right.
We're okay.
We're okay.
Yeah.
We're okay. Because the defense was already dialed in. They had stopped them. And so all we had to do on offense was not beat ourselves. Don't kill ourselves with mistakes. And we honed in, and that's what we did.
Yeah. John King has told me several times that the 14-0 lead is the worst lead to have.
Yes.
Because all of a sudden, you know, and maybe that crept into Lufkin. These guys ain't so bad. We got this. We're in it. We could just take the ball whenever we want it. And then the floodgates opened.
Yep. And what our kids do is this. They never give up. It's not a moment where they say, well, we're not going to win this game. It's been several games. I go back to last year. You know, we talked a little bit earlier about last year. We have a plan, and we tell them this: just follow the plan that's been set forth by your offensive coaches, your defensive coaches, and your special team coaches. Follow the plan, and we're gonna find a way to win that ball game, and that's what we did.
I think that's the best way to go to break it.
Kind of got me fired up. When Coach told you what was happening and what's in front of him, did he tell you right away, I'm going to need you to step up for a few weeks, or what can you tell us about that?
Okay, let me go back to July. He had called me in, and I didn't know, why he was calling me into his office. He said, I want to share with you that my dad has been put on hospice, and I don't know how long it's going to be.
Okay.
But this is what I want you to do. And little we know that within a day or so, his dad was going to be dead, okay? He died. But Coach King is the type of fella, he's very organized. He's very thorough. There's nothing that's left uncovered. So when he called me and told me about what he was battling with this cancer, he said, now, this is what you're going to do. It was no doubt in my mind, because my faith and belief is in God. And God's in control of all of this. And all we have to do is just follow the plan that's been set forth by the Lord. And to all the people out there listening to me, with what's going on in our country today, it better be about one word: love. John King epitomizes that word love, because he loves this country, he loves his family, he loves the Longview Lobos, and he's going to do what's best for the Longview Lobos. And so he said, this is what I want you all to do. I'm dividing these responsibilities up among all of you. Just get your job done. And that's what we do.
Are you nervous?
No. Why?
Hey, you answered the question.
Yeah, why? I'm not nervous about anything.
I'll tell you why. You do not want to lose to the Marshall Mavericks.
No, well,
that would make me nervous.
Now, understand me, what I'm finna tell you. We don't want to lose to anyone.
Right.
Now, having said that.
Pigskin Bob.
Now, Marshall's my hometown. But like I said, I love the people in Marshall. But when it comes to football, they know that I'm about one thing: winning.
But you say that, and I agree with that. You want to win all of them, and you want to beat South Oak Cliff and whatever. Okay, but we sat there around the coffee table this morning, and we were talking about how long has it been since Marshall beat Longview, and how many in the last 24 years in the history of the two schools. It is a little bit different when it is the biggest rivalry in the state of Texas.
Right.
Absolutely.
And we do put a scoreboard up at the end of the field, and we do keep score in these things.
Yes.
So it's got to be a little exciting. Butterflies.
It's a little exciting in that I know that in 2015, they beat us, okay? And they made that Super Bowl, okay? And I look at it like this. when they come over here tonight, they'll come with one intention, to beat us.
Oh, yeah.
That's what their goal is. But our goal is not let that happen. It's not going to happen, okay? And we don't put bulletin board material up where they can hear all of this and then get all fired up. We're not making any type of predictions. We're coming to play football. For 4 quarters, we're going to play football. And the best team's going to win.
Okay, there's your break moment. Let's take a break. That's Oscar Wilson. He's the interim head coach filling in for John King. This is the John King Coaches Show, and it's brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, and Fiat in Longview, Texas on Northeastman Road. We'll take a break, come back with Coach Wilson on your home for Longview Lobo football, 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
It's football time again, and Peters Chevrolet in Longview is celebrating with some amazing deals for you, like our lease special, only $399 down, $399 per month on a new 2025 Chevrolet Blazer EV, or make your play in a new 2025 Chevrolet Trax, only $22,995. Kick off the season in a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500, 0% APR for 36 months. Score the perfect vehicle this football season. Online at peterscars.net. Peters Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers.
Friday Night Football. It's more than a game. It's community, pride, and giving your kids the best opportunities. With a mortgage from Telco Plus Credit Union, you can make sure your family is in the school district where champions are made, on and off the field. We offer competitive rates, quick approvals, and the hometown service you can trust. Get in the right home and the right district so your kids can play and win where it matters most. Visit telcoplus.org today. We are your financial solution. Credit and membership qualifications apply. Equal housing lender insured by the NCUA.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
Getting your favorite Chick-fil-A has never been easier. With the Chick-fil-A app, you can order ahead for carry-out, dine-in, or the drive-thru. Want it brought right to your door? Try Chick-fil-A Delivery, straight from the East or West Longview locations. Plus, every order earns you Chick-fil-A rewards, and you can redeem them for your favorites. Fast, convenient, and rewarding. That's the Chick-fil-A app. Download today and make mealtime simple. And be sure to follow Chick-fil-A East Longview and Chick-fil-A West Longview on Facebook and Instagram for fun giveaways, exciting new products, and community updates.
Life is full of healthcare needs, large and small, from the birth of a child to caring for elderly patients. Since 1975, the Diagnostic Clinic of Longview has been serving East Texans with quality, personalized patient care, from comprehensive family medicine to a variety of specialties: pediatrics, OBGYN, internal medicine, general surgery, orthopedics, neurology, sleep medicine, and more. Diagnostic Clinic, always voted the best of East Texas, and always there to meet your healthcare needs. Online at dcol.net.
At McDaniel's Quality Body Works, we pride ourselves in quality, collision repair, and friendly service. McDaniel's is at the forefront of today's complex vehicles by being certified by General Motors, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Honda, Infiniti, Kia, and Hyundai. These certifications require intensive I-CAR training along with an investment in new equipment and technology. When you need peace of mind for collision repair, call McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, or Gilmer.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Harlan, the sports guy, Pigskin Bob, we're back on the John King Coaches Show, and big heavy hearts for the big man all week long, ever since the news came out. Now, His assistant head coach, Oscar Wilson, steps up as interim head coach. For how long do you think? Do we have a timeline, 2 or 3 weeks, Coach?
No, we don't have a definite time frame, but I know Coach King. He's going to get back as soon as he is able to do it. And we don't put no time frame on it. He just told us, hey, whatever we need to get done, get it done. And we're going to do that.
But our initial impressions are that he came out with flying colors. I mean,
yes,
and that's our prayers and so forth. But
that's what I've been
his
told.
Prospects are real good.
And I know this: when you have a marking board and you write things on that marking board and you giving orders, he's all right.
After surgery,
he's okay, and he is gonna be with us in spirit. Okay.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna be there. And one of the things that people don't understand about Coach King, he's very, very dedicated to Longview football and the people in Longview. A lot of times those kids might not have food, but when they come to the field house, we have food. Before practice, we have food. When they come in for workouts, we have food. And we also have water. So anybody worried about the heat, don't worry about it. Those kids are hydrated because we make sure it's there for them, and that's all thanks to John King.
And you're not around John King 5 minutes, and you know that. He loves those kids, and not just the football players. Nope. I mean, he'll come in here and tell us about how the tennis team did and the cross-country team and what volleyball did. And we used to do a Monday morning show with him, the Lobo Sports Hour, and he would bring in a different coach each week. And I think Shaka Jackson, still the volleyball coach, she was one of our guests back 16 years ago when her daughter was 1 year old.
Right.
And now she's a senior high school. But yes, John King loves those kids, loves the whole school, the whole environment, and he knows he's one of the lucky ones to get to coach at such a fantastic school.
And his family is bought into this program also. Now you talk about his son, his daughter, they were Lobos, okay? And having said that, give Coach King all the prayers because he well deserves those prayers. And God hears those prayers. And he's answering those prayers moment by moment for Coach King.
Amen. Amen.
Okay, looking forward to the game tonight. You got Trey Hamilton. He had a good outing last week. How good is the defense are you going to see with Marshall compared to what Lufkin showed you, Lobos?
I'm going to tell you number 99.
Okay.
He's the key to that whole defense. He's a big defensive tackle. And
he's got Division I offers.
Yes, he's a man among boys, okay? But he has some cohorts that go along with him real well. So we need to be on our P's and Q's. Our linemen, our backs, they send those linebackers a lot. And we're going to be ready for the blitz. So that's what we're looking forward to. Now, our kids also know one thing for sure. Follow the plan. Here I go again with that plan. We have a game plan, and we're going to work that plan to the fullest. And that's what we are about.
What do you think of Alton Henderson, Marshall's quarterback?
Alton Henderson's folks are from Longview. Know him real well.
Okay.
And
he had 4 touchdowns last week.
Yes. And he's the key to their offense. He makes it go. But he's not the only cog they have. The running back is real good also. And they can pass the ball. His passing is, not subpar. He would pass the football on you. So we got to be ready for all of that. Now go back to our defense. Follow the defensive plan that's been set forth by Coach Berry and the defensive staff. That's what we intend to do.
Is there anybody who else on the Marshall team makes you nervous?
The kicker is pretty good. If you get into a field goal position, he could hurt you.
Okay.
So that's what we know about.
Don't let it be close late.
Don't let it be close late.
Because we had a game last night that the punting cost Dangerfield basically the game. They had a punt that went 3 yards right into the belly of a blocker for Tatum. And he took it 30 yards down inside the red zone.
Right.
And then the next punt sails 5 yards over the punter's head and sets the other team up. You know, he got the punt off, but it didn't go anything. It was a 10-point game, 11-point game at the end. Those two red zone give the balls to Tatum can make the difference. And I know last week, Coach King, knew special teams, some of the specialty players were a concern.
Well, when we talked before, in our devotional period, I make it a point to point out that whether you're on offense or defense, you still have a third phase of that game, the special teams. And you have a job to do too. Take care of your responsibility and everything will be okay. And we emphasize that because we have special periods, we have kicking game parts of our practice, and we don't take it lightly. It is full go when we're doing that. So those guys buy into it. And sometimes that might be the only thing you have to do is handle a snap or snap the football.
Right.
That might be the only time you get on the football field. So those kids take it to heart and they take it as a badge of honor to do their job.
My kid Joshua Harrison, that was his job.
There you go.
Your deep snapper. That's important.
That's important. All phases of the game is important, and that's what we emphasize.
Coach, don't let this get lost on you. You are the head coach tonight. It's interim, but you're the guy, right? Have you thought about what you're going to say before you take the field at halftime? Have you given any of that thought?
I always think about it. All I'm going to tell them is this. First of all, we're playing this game for the love of the game. And we come out for one reason, to do our jobs. And then if you do your job and your teammate does his job, we'll be a success. We'll win, okay? But on top of that, with all that's happened the last 2 weeks with Coach King, we're doing it for him. We're playing for him.
It's going to be a long night for them.
Clear eyes,
yes.
Full heart.
Yes.
And go whip Marshall.
It's going to be a long night for the Mavericks.
Yes.
Bob, we got a pair of slacks or something for the coach?
No. We're coming in here. Here's a $50 gift certificate. This is to the Brown Duck.
All right.
And a gift bag from Nutty's Peanut Butter in Jefferson, Texas. Gourmet, if you like peanut butter. If you got peanut allergies, give it back.
I don't have any allergies.
Thanks for coming in and visiting.
$50.
It's good to meet you.
I appreciate it, but most of all, I appreciate the opportunity God has given me to be a part of Longview Lobo football, because all men don't get this opportunity. All coaches don't get this opportunity to be a part of a local community that loves their football team. Yeah. And that's what's happening in Longview. We're a family. And whenever we pray after each practice, my prayer is this, that God looks over and protects all of Longview.
Yeah.
That's what we pray for.
There you go. Amen. Hey, go have fun tonight.
I will. Hey, all right. We look forward to it. And
King will be King will be on your shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
Yelling in your ear.
Yes.
And listening to this thing right here.
All of it.
Have a good time tonight and go whip Marshall and take care of business.
Thank you for having me, and go Lobos.
Oscar Wilson, interim head coach for the Longview Lobos, and we'll come back. We'll send it to the stadium, and Brian Houston, Johnny Vaughn will have the call for tonight's 115th meeting between the Lobos and the Mavericks on your home for Longview Lobo football, 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football. Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Now you can arrive at the big game in style in any of the luxurious Buicks in stock at Peters Buick in Longview. With the largest selection of new Buicks in East Texas, you can't lose at Peters. So make the big play now with a new 2025 Buick Envista Preferred for only $24,995. Enjoy the game in the comfort and luxury of a new Buick from the #1 Buick dealer in East Texas, Peters Buick. Online at peterscars.net.
This has been the John King Coaches Show on 106.5 Jack FM.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
into summer with a new generator from Tri-State. It's storm season in East Texas. That means power failures. Act now with up to $1,999 off, plus free remote monitoring and first-year maintenance for free. That's right. Save up to $1,999. And don't be caught in the dark this storm season. Call 903-331-0466. That's 903-331-0466. Or visit TriStateGenerators.com. When it comes to backup power, why wait? Call Tri-State.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers.
Fish's RV knows a thing or two about how to go play in Texas. And we've been here long enough to know that this time of year, in this town, that means one thing. Lobos football is back. And Fish's RV's fired up to be back as a sponsor. We can't wait to watch the green, gold, and white get back to ball and take care of business. So, Lobos fans, help us bring the noise every game this fall. Because if we're going to go play, we might as well go all the way. Fish's RV in Longview, at the intersection of Judson and George Ritchie, where memories begin.
What time is it? Game time. Any dogs in the house? Woo, 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 woo. Now, with that out of the way, shall we begin?
Hell yeah!
106.5 Jack FM presents Longview Lobo High School Football.
KOOY Jacksonville. Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Also brought to you by Eastman Credit Union, Longview Kilgore Cable TV, Sorey and Hoover Law Firm, Fish's RV Center, Longview Orthopedic Clinic, Christus Good Shepherd, Soapy's Car Wash, Hot Dog Express, Telco Plus Credit Union, and McDaniel's Quality Body Work. The Lobos are on 106.5 Jack FM.
From Lobo Stadium, it's the 115th meeting between the Marshall Mavericks and the Longview Lobos. Good evening, I'm Brian Houston, along with Johnny Vaughn. Matt Morton back at the station steering this ship. Longview Lobos are without head coach John King for the first time as he underwent surgery for mouth cancer. This is going to be the first time this century that John King has not been on the sidelines for a Lobo football game. Longtime assistant head coach Oscar Wilson is the interim head coach tonight until Coach King returns. Longview opened with a 41-16 win over Lufkin last week. Lobos got out to a shaky start. We're down 14-0. Came roaring back. 2 touchdowns by Mason Washington, a touchdown pass by Trey Hamilton, and then Kylan Cummings with 2 touchdowns in the second half. Lobos shut down the Panthers, and Lawson Tubbs was incredible. 12 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 forced fumble. Marshall escaped with their lives last week. Coach Jason Hammett's Mavericks beat Tyler at Rose Stadium in a wild one, 43-42. Henderson ran it in for 4 yards out, the quarterback. He rushed for 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. Marshall defense was shredded for 425 yards, 305 of those on the ground. That sounds like a bad matchup, Johnny, when you talk about the Lobos defense against that, the Lobos offense against that kind of defense.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the problems that the Mavericks have had the last few years is the inability to stop teams like Longview. Well, I think we're fixing to have the national anthem.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
And now direct your attention to the south end zone.
Go ahead and continue until I get ready to talk.
What I was saying is that and that's one of the problems that the Mavericks have had, and they've not had a lot of luck against the Lobos, and mostly because they have a hard time stopping Longview, and they really haven't had the personnel to really run the ball against the Lobos, and it'll be a test tonight to see them run against Longview's defense this year, I think, and also to stop our offense. So we'll see. But last week they actually the quarterback had a great game and was the difference in the game for them. So we'll see how he does.
It's going to be an interesting matchup tonight. It's Marshall against Longview. We will take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back with the kickoff. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
At McDaniel's Quality Body Works, we pride ourselves in quality, collision repair, and friendly service. McDaniel's is at the forefront of today's complex vehicles by being certified by General Motors, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Honda, Infiniti, Kia, and Hyundai. These certifications require intensive I-CAR training along with an investment in new equipment and technology. When you need peace of mind for collision repair, call McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, or Gilmer.
Longview is going to receive the ball as Marshall won the toss and elected to defer, and so we're going to see the referees tonight. The referee is Scotty Allen. He wears the white cap. Umpires Jackie Culverhouse, headline judge Ron Daniels, line judge Thomas Borders, back judge Bradley Moen, side judge Jamal Batty, and field judge Alvin Bo Wright. Longview offense is going to start like this. The line center Beckett Cox, the guards Demarion Pickren and Star Shaw. The tackles Brady Yoder and Jaden Jackson. The tight end is Jaden Washington, who caught a touchdown pass last week. Jaden Herndon at the wideout along with Jordan Hobbs. We'll also see Anthony Huffman, Jace Peterson. Quarterback will be Trey Hamilton. He was 11 of 18 for 132 yards and a touchdown with one interception last week. He also rushed for 93 yards. Kylan Cummings was a load at fullback, rushing for 66 yards and 2 scores. Mason Washington ran for 68 yards and 2 touchdowns as well. And we'll see those guys tonight. On defense, you heard Oscar Wilson telling Harlan the Sports Guy and Pigskin Bob that number 99 is the guy to watch for Marshall on defense. He's their nose tackle, Breon Williams. He is 6'2", 318 pounds. He's by far their best defensive lineman. He is going to have ends Natavan Johnson and Brandon Richardson on either side. The linebackers Joel Shepard and Cordier Wilbert. Devon Tucker will play a bit of a safety or linebacker. And then the corners, Justin Murray and Monte Hayes. And the safeties will be Jordan Deckard and Blanton Hale. As we are just about to get underway, the temperature right now, 87 degrees. Humidity is at 73%. It feels like it's in the 90s right now, and it is steamy. So going to be really interesting to see how these guys hang in there with this humidity tonight. Lobos in their all green jerseys, green pants, green helmets. They've got the gold and white numbers and, of course, the classic L on either side of their helmets. Marshall in white jerseys, white pants, red numerals, white headgear with a lone stripe right down the middle, and the Marshall Maverick logo on the sides of the helmets. It's homecoming here, so congratulations to homecoming queen Trinity Jackson. And we are about to get this thing underway. Back deep, TJ Jackson and Jaden Herndon. And kicking off for Marshall from our left to our right. And it gets booted to the 4-yard line, out to the 10, 15. Still running at the 18-yard line before he's finally knocked down there. And T.J. Jackson on the kickoff return, and the Lobos will take over 1st and 10. And they'll have their hands on the ball first, and we'll see if they can make sure they don't get off to the start that they got off to last week, where they had the turnovers on the first 2 possessions that led to touchdowns for the Lufkin Panthers. Trey Hamilton looked good last week in his first start as the number 1 quarterback in this regular season, and he brings them up to the line of scrimmage. They're in the gun. They've got a running back to the left of Trey, and Hamilton goes back to throw. Lots of time, fires it off to the right side. It's incomplete off the hands of Jordan Hobbs, and he was covered on the play by Justin Murray. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Just a little bit overthrown as he tried to run the out route. He jumped to try to bring it down, but just tipped it.
Oscar Wilson, the head man in this ball game for the first time. John Berry running the defense. Tim Sanders, of course, on the offense and calling the plays tonight. 2 wide outs to the left on 2nd down and 10. Hamilton fires to the right side, a short pass, completion out to number 8 for the Lobos. That's Anthony Huffman. And it's a pickup of about 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 4 at the 24-yard line.
Trey Hamilton's pass is complete to Anthony Huffman.
Got a big homecoming crowd here for the Lobos. Lots of green. And across the way, Good crowd made the drive over from Marshall for this, maybe the longest rivalry. That maybe Lufkin Nacogdoches are in a contest for the oldest rivalry in Texas. 3rd down and 4. Hamilton in the gun. Play action. He'll bootleg left. He throws a short flare pass out to Herndon. Herndon in space to the 40. Herndon gets to the 42-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 18 and a first down for the Longview Lobos.
It's complete for a Lobo first down.
That wasn't very good defense by Marshall. It was a little just low roll to the left, dumped it off to Herndon, and he turned it into a pretty big play from the Lobos.
Explosive play and a first down for the Lobos. They have the ball at their own 43-yard line. In the pistol this time with 2 wideouts to the right side. He fires to the left, the boundary side, and it's caught by Jordan Hobbs. And Hobbs is only going to gain a couple of yards on the play. Tackle made on the play by Monte Hayes.
Jordan Decker making the stop.
That moves the ball out to the 46-yard line as we're just underway in Longview. Second game of this 2025 season. Again, John King recovering from surgery for mouth cancer, and we wish him the very best. Now the Lobos with the ball on the left hash mark. They're in the gun. They'll send a man in motion to the right side. That's Jacaden Davis. And then a flag goes down right at the snap. So this may be a pre-snap penalty.
It's almost got to be against Longview.
Yep, illegal procedure against the Lobos. This is something they did not have a problem with last week. They had no pre-snap penalties. But tonight, 5 yards on that one. Scotty Allen making the call for the crowd. That backs the ball up to the 41. It'll be second down and now 12 yards. And 2 wideouts to the right. Ball's on the left hash mark. Hamilton remains in the gun. Play action. Hamilton straight back. Now he'll run. Lots of room in front of him. 45, 50, and then tackled down at the 49-yard line in Marshall territory.
Hamilton on the keeper.
So that's what Trey is going to give Longview this year. Is he's got speed and size. He just takes it out of the pocket, runs to, and makes the big play, goes up the right sideline.
It's an 11-yard run by Hamilton. Makes him a real threat when you have to worry about him pulling it down and running it. He did not get the first down, though. They're just a couple of yards shy. It's 3rd down and 2 at the 49. And blown up in the backfield. The handoff was given to, let's see, that looks like Mason Washington, and he was met in the hole by number 13, Nataven Johnson, the defensive end. Somebody missed a block.
Making the tackle.
Loss on the play of 1. That's going to make it 4th down now and 4 at the 49-yard line back in Longview territory. They're going to go for it. Wow.
That's a risky one.
There's Oscar Wilson's first big call of the night. Twin wide receivers to either side. Hamilton fires at left side. It's broken up and no first down. The Marshall Mavericks break up the pass. It was intended for the tight end, Jaden Washington.
Well, it would have been a tough catch, but he had a chance as he got both hands on it. It wasn't a bad throw, but hit just as the ball got there, and it's incompletion.
And so Marshall comes away with a stop, and they have the ball in good field position in the Longview 49-yard line. It's a double whammy there. They'll come out with their quarterback, Alton Henderson. Again, he rushed for over 200 yards last week against Tyler. We'll get the rest of the offensive lineup in just a moment. They've got 2 wideouts to the left side. And Henderson's just going to run a quarterback sweep. Breaks it into the secondary, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Out of bounds at the 5-yard line. He's run out by T.J. Jackson. First offensive play, and it's a 46-yard run.
That's what he did last week. He had a huge rushing game, and the first time tonight he gets the ball and turns it into a long run, and they've got a chance to score on this possession.
And they're right up to the line of scrimmage, and Henderson this time under center, hands off Denaj Montgomery, sweeping left, and he gets taken down for a loss by number 6, Caden Carter. The offensive line for Marshall, Desmond Andrus. The guards, Eric Clough and Gerardo Saucido. The tackles, Eric Perkins and Antoine Sims. Tight end is Russell Crawford. Receivers, Jamarian Sparks, Aiden Green. Henderson, the quarterback. Denaj Montgomery, the running back. It's second down and goal back at the 7-yard line. 7:34 to go in the first quarter. No score, Marshall threatening in the red zone. Henderson in the gun. Quarterback Keat tries the left side, will only get back to around the 5-yard line. Lobo defense stiffening now. Speaking of that defense, Kristen Williams is in the middle of the defensive line, flanked by Darryl Dolly and Tyson Johnson. Corners are Caden Carter and Josiah Hill starting for the injured Robert White tonight. The linebackers, Jaden Woolridge, Jesse Hampton Williams, Lawson Tubb, Bradley Williams, and the safeties, TJ Jackson and Hobart Nelson. Third down and goal now from the 6. 2 tight ends and 2 wideouts. And a timeout being called by the Marshall Mavericks, and Coach Jason Hammett will take it with him. 30-second timeout, 6:45 to go, and it's no score in the ball game. Marshall threatening. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
Marshall coach Jason Hammett taking a timeout. He knows he's got a golden opportunity to jump up on a lead on the Lobos here, with Marshall facing a third down and goal at the 5-yard line after a big 46-yard run by the quarterback, Alton Henderson. They don't want to waste this opportunity. Lobos come out with that goal line defense. In the gun, 2 wide to the right. And back to throw Henderson. Throws back to the left, tries to get it to his tight end, who went up over the defensive back and caught the ball for the touchdown. Touchdown was made by number 9, Russell Crawford.
Maverick touchdown.
He's about 5 inches taller than the corner that was covering him, Hobart Nelson. And he just reached right over Nelson to make that grab.
Well, they rolled to the right and then threw back to the left side. It was a good play. Longview didn't react to it on defense very well.
This kick is up, and the kick by Jesus Grimaldo is good. And the Longview Lobos trail Marshall by a score of 7-0 with 6:38 to go in the first quarter. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Friday night football. It's more than a game. It's community, pride, and giving your kids the best opportunities. With a mortgage from Telco Plus Credit Union, you can make sure your family is in the school district where champions are made, on and off the field. We offer competitive rates, quick approvals, and the hometown service you can trust. Get in the right home and the right district so your kids can play and win where it matters most. Visit telcoplus.org today. We are your financial solution. Credit and membership qualifications apply. Equal housing lender insured by the NCUA.
It's football time again, and Peters Chevrolet in Longview is celebrating with some amazing deals for you, like our lease special. Only $399 down, $399 per month on a new 2025 Chevrolet Blazer EV, or make your play in a new 2025 Chevrolet Trax. Only $22,995. Kick off the season in a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. 0% APR for 36 months. Score the perfect vehicle this football season. Online at peterscars.net. Peters Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Back at Lobo Stadium, the Marshall Mavericks get the touchdown pass from Henderson to Russell Crawford. Grimaldo will kick it off now. Taken by Jackson at the 5, comes out to the 10, 15, down at the 18-yard line with 6:31 to go here in the first quarter. Longview will have the ball at their own 18.
Making the stop.
Slow start again for the Lobos. And the thing I'm wondering about, Johnny, is just how much of a distraction has this week been with the head man not there, that familiar voice of John King working with his team all week long. He went in for surgery Tuesday, and he hasn't seen his team since. And you just wonder how that's going to affect these kids.
Well, I think obviously it's going to affect it some.
1st and 10, handoff. Mason Washington again hit in the backfield. Defensive stop
Mason Washington
by number 13 for Marshall, Nataven Johnson. And again, Nataven Johnson giving problems to the Longview offensive line right now. They'll move him back to the 16, a loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12. 7-0, Marshall on top in this 115th meeting. They come out with a wing to the right, wide receivers to either side. Hamilton goes back to throw. Looks like he's setting up a middle screen to Mason Washington. Washington to the 20. Washington spilled at the 21-yard line. Nice open field tackle, but a good gain on the play. Hamilton to Mason Washington.
Pass to Mason Washington.
Well-designed screenplay. Coming in to bust up the play, Blanton Hale. 3rd down now, Longview at their own 16. I'm sorry, at their own 24 now. Third down and 5. Sending it back in motion, then they'll turn right, throw a wide receiver bubble screen out to the right, cross the 35 down to around the 38-yard line. And I believe that's Jace Peterson.
Hamilton's pass is completed.
Peterson made a move, got a block, and then got the first down at around the 38-yard line. 15-yard pass from Herndon to Peterson.
Making the tackle.
Hamilton now 1st and 10 for the Lobos. Quick pass out to the right side, almost picked. It was intended for Anthony Huffman. Defender dove and knocked the ball away.
Yeah, that was a dangerous one. It almost could have been a disaster. As it was, just goes incomplete.
Here come the Lobos now, throwing the ball quite a bit here early on. From their own 38-yard line, 2nd down and 10, 2 wide to the left side. Ball's on the right hash mark. Now they'll run the speed option, and Hamilton will cut it up and get to about the 42-yard line, where he is brought down. Oh, he's slow to get up, and he's looked like he might be, may have taken a shot to the head. Oh, something's bothering him. I don't know what. But he's staying in the game, and he's checking the sidelines. Something came loose on that helmet. So now it's 3rd down and 7 from the 42-yard line with 3:58 to go in the quarter.
It's a big play for Longview here.
Hamilton back to throw again. Again, short pass thrown just beyond the reach of Mason Washington. Man was open, coming out of the backfield, and it's incomplete. And now it's 4th down. I got to believe they're going to punt it this time.
You would think so. That was an opportunity there, but the ball was poorly thrown, and the Marshall Mavericks going to get the ball back here.
It's 4th down and 6 from the 42. Line of scrimmage is the 42. The punter's back at his own 28-yard line. That's Jordan Hobbs. Ball bounces at the Marshall 25 and goes out of bounds They'll spot it at the 24-yard line. That's going to be a kick of 36 yards. And with 3:39 to play here in the first quarter, Marshall gets the ball back with a 7-0 lead. The thing that surprised me about that, Johnny, is that Marshall gave up over 300 yards rushing. And Longview has not tried to run the ball very much so far in this ball game.
Yeah, it really has been a different attack than what we probably thought was going to happen.
Here come the Mavericks. On their first possession, Alton Henderson, the quarterback, ran it 46 yards to the 5 to set up the touchdown pass. Ball is on the right hash mark. He's got a wing right and 2 wide receivers to the left. And again, just a quarterback sweep. And he gets to around the 26-yard line, but nothing more. He's not a very big guy. He was tackled by number 27, Lawson Tubb, only 5'8", but it's quick as a hiccup.
Lawson Tubb on the tackle.
2nd down and 7 from the Marshall 27-yard line. 3:08 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Marshall on top of Longview. 2 wideouts to the left. Blocking back is lined up behind the left tackle. And Henderson will hand it off to Denaj Montgomery, who's blown up in the backfield. Nice play back there by the linebacker, Jesse Hampton Williams, who shot through the gap after he was slowed down, first of all, by number 92, Kristen Williams.
That's excellent defense that time by Longview's linebackers. They just stepped up and made the hit.
So the ball's at the 28-yard line now. It's 3rd down and 6 for Marshall. Lobos showing blitz. Henderson back to throw, rolls to his left, pressure coming, throws the ball with a defender in his face, and it's incomplete. Thank you, Lawson Tubb, who went flying to Henderson and get right in his face just as Henderson was trying to launch the ball. And again, Henderson's not a big guy. He's only 5'8", and he couldn't see what he was throwing to by the time Tubb got there. I want to tell you what, Tubb is a fast man, and he had 12 tackles last week to lead all tacklers for Longview. So that's going to force a punt. And Jesus Grimaldo is lined up back at his own 18-yard line. Line of scrimmage is the 28. He shanked it. It's going to go off the side of the foot and out of bounds. Let's see if they even got out of there. Oh, there's a fight over where the putter is. 2 flags went down. We don't need that. And both teams get their players to the sidelines, but there's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. Be interesting to see if this is offsetting. One of the people involved, though, is number 47, Jesse Hampton Williams. A little early for that stuff.
Well, if this goes against Longview at this point, it's going to be a big break for Marshalls.
All right, let's see what the call is. Scotty Allen coming over to talk to Oscar Wilson. Well, actually, it looks like John Berry that he's talking to right there running the defense. I hope this doesn't mean something like an ejection coming up.
Yeah. They're having a long conversation here, so we'll see what they're talking about.
I don't know what the verdict is, and we haven't gotten a call yet. Here we go.
After the play, there are fouls by both teams.
Okay.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 9, Marshall. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 49 from Longview. That player is disqualified for the match.
I was afraid of that. Longview player got kicked out of the game.
Well, which one got kicked out?
Well, he said 49, but I believe it was 47, and that's Jessier Hampton-Williams. And he was the one that had his helmet off. The unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Marshall was on Russell Crawford, but it was Longview's player that got kicked out of the game. That's huge. He's one of their best linebackers, one of their most experienced defensive players. So he's ejected. And the ball's placed out at the 48-yard line in Marshall territory. The Lobos will have it, 1st and 10. Not a great start.
No, that's a mistake that you shouldn't make, especially at this point in the game. And
Lobos have it 1st and 10, going from our right to our left with 2:01 to go in the quarter. They trail 7-0, and they've not looked good on offense so far. 2 wide to the right, wing left, wide receiver to the left, and the running back lined up to the left of Trey Hamilton. Now they'll hand it off, and Caden Graves found a little bit of running room and moved the pile and got out to around the 42-yard line, rather.
Mason Washington.
Check that, Mason Washington, my apologies. Got out to the 42, that's a gain of 5. It's 2nd down and 5. Handoff, Mason Washington again, nowhere to run, then cuts it out to the left, tries to get beyond the line of scrimmage, gains maybe a yard or 2 at most. The Marshall defense playing much better than advertised. Cordier Wilbert, the linebacker, making the stop. Lobos have the ball at the 42-yard line of Marshall, 3rd down and 4. Again, 4 wide this time, 2 to either side. Trey looks like he's changing the play at the line of scrimmage. And now he will hand it off. And Hamilton kept it. Great fake on the quarterback keep, and he got across the 35 to the 34-yard line. An 8-yard gain and a 1st down. Trey Hamilton on the quarterback keeper.
yeah, he made a nice move and made a cut. End up a good play for the Lobos in the 1st down.
From the Marshall 34, 1st and 10. Longview Lobos with 29 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. 4 wideouts. Quick pass out to the left side to Peterson. Peterson breaks a tackle at the 30, gets down to around the 26-yard line. It's a pickup of 8. And the clock continues to run. I don't know if they'll run another play before the quarter's up. We're at 10 seconds now, and I would imagine they're just going to let the clock run out and go to the 2nd quarter. And that's what they're going to do. That is the end of the 1st quarter of play. It is Marshall 7, Longview nothing. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Life is full of healthcare needs, large and small, from the birth of a child to caring for elderly patients. Since 1975, the Diagnostic Clinic of Longview has been serving East Texans with quality, personalized patient care, from comprehensive family medicine to a variety of specialties: pediatrics, OBGYN, internal medicine, general surgery, orthopedics, neurology, sleep medicine, and more. Diagnostic Clinic, always voted the best of East Texas, and always there to meet your healthcare needs. Online at dcol.net.
Getting your favorite Chick-fil-A has never been easier. With the Chick-fil-A app, you can order ahead for carry-out, dine-in, or the drive-thru. Want it brought right to your door? Try Chick-fil-A Delivery, straight from the East or West Longview locations. Plus, every order earns you Chick-fil-A rewards, and you can redeem them for your favorites. Fast, convenient, and rewarding. That's the Chick-fil-A app. Download today and make mealtime simple. And be sure to follow Chick-fil-A East Longview and Chick-fil-A West Longview on Facebook and Instagram for fun giveaways, exciting new products, and community updates.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Back at Lobo Stadium, the game brought to you tonight by Tri-State Water, Power, and Air, keeping your home powered up when it matters most. Visit TriStateGenerators.com. Lobos have the football, 2nd down and 2 at the Marshall 26-yard line. Marshall leads it 7-0. And the Lobos sent 4 wide receivers out, 2 to either side. Hamilton remains in the gun. He'll hand it off, and the running back is dropped in the backfield. That was Mason. No, that's Graves. And he's tackled back there by Devon Tucker, who shot right through and got into the backfield as the ball was handed off. Now it's going to be a loss back to the 29. 3rd down and 5. 3 wide to the right side this time for Trey Hamilton. And he will hand it off. And again, running. Oh, ball came out. Let's see who came up with it. I believe Marshall may have recovered a fumble from Graves. It's the Maverick football. Yep, let's see what happened here. Graves took the handoff, and the ball got stripped by number 7, Joel Shepard. And then there was a scramble for it, and Marshall was able to recover it.
Yeah, they just pull the ball out. Marshall falls on it. So far, this has pretty much been all Marshall this first part of this game.
It's not been a good first quarter and a few minutes for the Lobos. 11-17 to go on the first half. Marshall has the ball. They'll start at their own 30. Handoff. And bottled up right at the line of scrimmage is Denaj Montgomery. Check that, Ashton Sparks now in the game at running back. Only got a yard on the play. Woolridge shot in there to stop the run. And it'll be 2nd down and 9. Marshall going from our right to our left. They'll send 2 wide to the right side. That's the short side of the field. Ball's on the near the right hash mark. And the quarterback will keep it around the right end on a designed sweep, and he'll get to the 33-yard line for a pickup of about 2. That's Alton Henderson. And now you got a 3rd down. Johnson made the tackle for the Lobos. It's going to be 3rd down and 7. Lobos need to stop, and then they need to start getting things going offensively.
Yeah, they've just not had a great start to this game.
No. It seemed a little lack of focus at this point. And the quarterback in an empty backfield is Henderson. He'll roll to his left. Pressure coming. He's being chased. He's being thrown down. Hampton Williams is in the ball game. He was not ejected, so we'll need to find out who was thrown out of the game.
Jesse or Hampton Williams.
But that's good news that Hampton Williams isn't thrown out. 9:24 to go in the first half here, and now Marshall's going to send the punter out, Jesus Grimaldo. Lobo defense starting to stiffen up a little bit here now. Line of scrimmage is a 36. Grimaldo's back at his own 22. Puts his foot into that one. It's a short punt, and it bounces at about the 37-yard line in Longview territory, and then it'll die at the 30, and that's going to be a 35-yard kick. Lobos will take over with 8:51 to play here in the first half. They'll start at their own 30. Kind of interested to see when they get under center and just try to run the football a little bit.
They just seem a little out of sorts, don't you think? And
absolutely.
You can't quite figure out exactly what they want to do at this point.
They're not sharp right now. But again, it's only 7-0, so 2 wide to the right side this time. That'll be Huffman and Peterson. And 2 tight ends. Now they're under center, but the quarterback Hamilton rolls to his right, throws it over the middle, caught at the 40. Still going at the 49 to the 50-yard line. And that's going to be number 33, Kylan Cummings, for the first down.
Hamilton's pass is complete.
That's a 15-yard pass.
For a first down.
I like that play.
Yeah, they really rose to the right and throws back a little bit over the middle, and the guy was open, and it ended up with a nice play for the Lobos.
It's a nice, easy, completable pass. Nothing real complicated about it. Receiver wide open, and that may get him going here. They're in Marshall territory at the 49, 1st and 10, trailing 7-0 with 8:18 to play in the first half. I formation, 2 wide outs to the left. Hamilton hands off to the fullback up the middle. That belly play that worked so well last week. Kylan Cummings, just keep running that. I mean, he gets 7 yards every time he touches the ball. He's lined up about a yard behind the quarterback, and he moves the pile.
Yep.
He got 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4. They remain in the I with 2 wide to the left side. Hand it off to Cummings again. Cummings burrows and may be close to the first down. They spot him about a yard short at the 40. That's about as old school a football play as you can find, and it works every time they run it.
Yeah, it is straight dive play. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage and just moved back. The defensive player ends up with, a pretty good play for the Lobos.
3rd down and 1 now at the 40-yard line. In the I, 2 tight ends. Handoff, sweeping right. Believe that's Mason Washington. It is. And he dropped short of the first down. So it's going to be 4th down. May have lost about a half a yard. So the Lobos stay on the field offensively. They're going to go for it. You ready to see Kylan Cummings get this one again?
I think that's what I do. I hope that's what we do.
The middle is open. And no, they hand it off to the tailback. Shooting through, that's Mason Washington. And Washington picks up the first down to the 35-yard line, a 5-yard gain.
Mason Washington picks up the first down.
When in doubt, turn to that running game.
Yep. Straight ahead running game, too, which means you got to rely on your offensive line. And Longview's got a pretty good one this year.
Marshall's got a man down. He's cramping. That's Monte Haynes, the defensive back, who's cramping right now. Let's take a timeout on this hot, humid night. It is 7-0 Marshall, 6:18 to play in the first quarter. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
At McDaniel's Quality Body Works, we pride ourselves in quality, collision repair, and friendly service. McDaniel's is at the forefront of today's complex vehicles by being certified by General Motors, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Honda, Infiniti, Kia, and Hyundai. These certifications require intensive I-CAR training along with an investment in new equipment and technology. When you need peace of mind for collision repair, call McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, or Gilmer.
Tonight's ball game brought to you in part by Eastman Credit Union, Sory and Hoover Law Firm, Chick-fil-A, Diagnostic Clinic of Longview, Peters Chevrolet, Bish RV, McDaniel's Quality Body Works, Telco Plus Credit Union, and Christus Good Shepherd Medical Center. Don't forget about the Friday night scoreboard show. Nothing quite like it in Texas. No one gives you the lowdown on every victory, defeat, and blowout like the Friday night scoreboard show. Harlan the Sports Guy, Pigskin Bob, and a cast of thousands all giving you all the lowdown for all the scores all around East Texas. Check out the show on KYKX 105.7 right after our game tonight. Monte Hayes still on the field. They're working on a cramp. Again, we told you it was about 87 degrees and the humidity was in the 70% range. So it is very humid tonight, and I would not be surprised if we don't see a lot of that tonight. But the Lobos have a first down at the 35-yard line. 6:18 to play first half. They trail 7-0. Here comes Longview with the eye again. Fullback right behind Trey Hamilton. And on first down, they'll hand it to the tailback, Mason Washington. He'll try the left side and only gain a couple. Marshall rush defense looking pretty good tonight.
Surprisingly so, because, you know, we've seen them the last few years, and they hadn't really been that good on defense, but this year's team's a lot better, and plus they've got some pretty good size out there.
Well, they gave up 42 points and over 400 yards of offense to Tyler last week, so something's different tonight. Back to throw, Hamilton, 2nd and 10. Pass out complete to the left side to Herndon. Herndon breaks a tackle. He'll get across the 25 for a first down at the 24-yard line. A gain of 11.
Hamilton's pass is
first down, Longview.
Herndon, Lobo, first down.
Herndon's hard to bring down.
He's a gifted player. If he could get a step on somebody, there's not many people going to catch him.
5:08 to play first half. Marshall trailing 7-0. Longview at the Marshall 24-yard line. 1st and 10. Handoff. Cummings up the middle. Cummings with that fullback dive. And Cummings across the 20 to around the 18-yard line. 7-yard gain. And now we got another man down for Marshall. And this one doesn't look like he's cramping, though. Let's take an injury timeout and let them tend to that player. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Friday night football. It's more than a game. It's community, pride, and giving your kids the best opportunities. With a mortgage from Telco Plus Credit Union, you can make sure your family is in the school district where champions are made, on and off the field. We offer competitive rates, quick approvals, and the hometown service you can trust. Get in the right home in the right district so your kids can play and win where it matters most. Visit telcoplus.org today. We are your financial solution. Credit and membership qualifications apply. Equal housing lender insured by the NCUA.
Back at Lobo Stadium, man still down on the field for Marshall, being 10-2 by the trainers. 4:45 to go in the first half. Marshall leading at 7-0. They got on the board on their first possession thanks to a 46-yard run by the quarterback, Alton Henderson. That set up a Henderson to Russell Crawford 5-yard touchdown pass. Player that got kicked out of the ball game was number 49, Jaden Bates. So a member of the special teams, not one of the starters on defense for the Lobos. You don't like to see anybody get kicked out of the game, but I guess that's the least amount of damage. 2nd down and 4 now for the Lobos at the Marshall 17. Handoff right up the middle again, Cummings. And Cummings gets the first down inside the 15 of the 14. That play is unstoppable. Oh, and we got another cramp. Boy, this is going to be happening every play now. All right, let's take another timeout. 30 seconds. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Oh, Mr. Gecko, is it true what they say about Geico's emergency roadside service?
I'll own up to it. Yes, it's all true.
You mean to say Geico's emergency roadside service really is 24/7?
And it's available on the phone or app. It's all part of getting more with Geico. I don't mean to be rude, but could I scooch past you all? You're standing in the way of my yoga class.
One more, Mr. Gecko, the fans must know. Why yoga?
Well, it helps with my posture. It's my back. It ain't what it used to be.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Back at Lobo Stadium, Brian Houston along with Johnny Vaughn. Marshall leading 7-0 over the Lobos of Longview. Longview hasn't lost to Marshall since 2016. They have a huge lead in this series that is met for 115 times now as of tonight. 67, 42, and 5 overall. But they've not played a clean first half and still looking for their first points. So the player's still down on the field, and it still looks like a cramp. Trying to stretch out this Marshall player's calf. And again, we told you, and he seems to be in a great deal of pain too, so very hot, humid night here for homecoming and a big crowd here at Lobo Stadium tonight.
I tell you, the problem too is once you start cramping,
oh yeah,
it takes a while to get to a position where you really don't cramp more often.
Well, the good news is he's limping off the field, but Devon Tucker is okay, but he's in a lot of pain. Time for the pickle juice.
I'm telling you, anybody that's gotten cramps down there, they know exactly what it feels like.
It is not fun.
It's tough.
All right, back to play now at 4:20 to go in the first half. Lobos in the eye again. Single wide receiver to the right, 2 tight ends. Handoff up the middle. Cummings pushes the pile, still running at the 5. He's going to get real close to a first down there. It looked like they had him stop, Johnny, at around the 10-yard line. The next thing you know, he's moved out of that scrum, and that dude just keeps those legs driving, and they can't bring him down.
That's 4 guys that he's pushing on that play, pushing backwards.
Here's a handoff on second down rather, in 2. And again, Cummings with the handoff, and he'll get the first down. Just another dive play. He just gets right behind his left side of his offensive line with Beckett Cox and Star Shaw and Jaden Jackson back there. And now it's 1st and goal from the 4. Lobos trying to tie this game up from the I formation. Handoff, Mason Washington into the end zone. Touchdown, Longview. Finally. It's a straight drive play to the tailback. Old school Longview Lobos. 5 yards and a touchdown, and a point away from tying it up.
That's a nice drive by Longview. Most of it just running the football right at Marshall, and they come away with their score.
Over 5 minutes on the drive. Snap was down. Good job by Hamilton to pick the ball up and get it down for Ayala. Ayala kicks it. It's good, and Longview and Marshall are now tied at 7. 3:22 to play in the first half. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
Power into summer with a new generator from Tri-State. It's storm season in East Texas. That means power failures. Act now with up to $1,999 off. Plus free remote monitoring and first-year maintenance for free. That's right. Save up to $1,999. And don't be caught in the dark this storm season. Call 903-331-0466. That's 903-331-0466. Or visit tristategenerators.com. When it comes to backup power, why wait? Call Tri-State.
Following the Longview touchdown, the kickoff taken at the 5-yard line, brought out to the 10 to the 12-yard line, and Marshall will take it 1st and 10
on the stop.
Good coverage on the kickoff team. And Marshall has it But they are deep in their own territory back at the 13-yard line. Mason Washington with a 5-yard touchdown run. It was set up by a 15-yard pass from Hamilton to Cummins and then an 11-yard pass to Herndon. And the game finally tied up at 7 now. So this drive starts with 3:19 to go in the first half. From the 14, handoff. Sound like the ball may have come loose. It did. Lobos may have it. Longview comes up with it.
Wow.
Number 92 for the Longview Lobos is Kristen Williams. And that's a huge turnover for Marshall. Lobos with the ball deep in Maverick territory. Williams recovers the fumble.
Well, that's a big mistake for Marshall at this point in this game in the first half. Longview with great field position here.
Longview will have it at the Marshall 16-yard line. Having just scored to tie the game, they got a chance to take a lead here going into the halftime. After kind of bumping around for a while in the first quarter and a half. Lobos in the eye, and a timeout called. Marshall wants to call the timeout and talk about it. So we'll take that timeout within 30 seconds. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Now you can arrive at the big game in style in any of the luxurious Buicks in stock at Peters Buick in Longview. With the largest selection of new Buicks in East Texas, you can't lose at Peters. So make the big play now with the new 2025 Buick Envista Preferred for only $24,995. Enjoy the game in the comfort and luxury of a new Buick from the #1 Buick dealer in East Texas, Peters Buick. Online at peterscars.net.
3:11 to go in the first half. Longview just tied the game up 7-all, and then on the ensuing first play of the Marshall drive following the touchdown, they fumble the football. Kristen Williams recovers it, and the Lobos have the ball 1st and 10 at the Marshall 16 with a chance to take a lead here right before halftime. Lobos were pretty lethargic there for about a quarter and a half, but seem to be waking up now at the right time.
Yeah, man, they've gotten a lot more physical the last couple of possessions, too. They've made a difference.
They've gone John King on them and gone 2 tight ends. Now they roll to the right, pass out to Kylan Cummings, and Cummings will get down out of bounds
Hamilton's pass
at the 1-yard line.
Cummings is having quite a game.
That's a 15-yard pass. And now 1st and goal at the 2. Handoff. Mason Washington into the end zone. Touchdown. Longview. That was too easy.
Mason Washington.
2-yard touchdown run. Mason Washington's 2nd touchdown of the night. And on for the kick, Felipe Ayala. Hamilton will hold. That kick is up, and it's good. And with 2:50 to play in the first half, now it is Longview 14, Marshall 7. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Getting your favorite Chick-fil-A has never been easier. With the Chick-fil-A app, you can order ahead for carry-out, dine-in, or the drive-thru. Want it brought right to your door? Try Chick-fil-A delivery straight from the East or West Longview locations. Plus, every order earns you Chick-fil-A rewards, and you can redeem them for your favorites. Fast, convenient, and rewarding. That's the Chick-fil-A app. Download today and make mealtime simple. And be sure to follow Chick-fil-A East Longview and Chick-fil-A West Longview on Facebook and Instagram for fun giveaways, exciting new products, and community updates.
Longview Lobos scored 2 touchdowns in 11 seconds. They score a touchdown by Mason Washington. Marshall fumbles on the first offensive play Following that score, Lobos take the ball, punch it in for the score from only 16 yards out. Mason Washington with a 2-yard touchdown run, and it's 14-7 Longview.
Yeah, it's been a lot in last few minutes, been all Longview. It's started off pretty slow, but they're finishing this first half doing pretty good.
Ayala kicks it off. It's brought out to around the 22-yard line.
Aiden
Green with the return. Aiden Green. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mavericks. We've done very little since that opening drive of the first quarter.
Jazavian Jones with the tackle.
Yeah, they've really kind of gotten away from what they were doing early on in this game. And to see if they're conservative or they try to go for a score here with 2:45 to go.
Well, you know their quarterback, Alton Henderson, can take it to the house anywhere on the field, and he'll start from his own 23. Handoff. Oh, ball came out again. Let's see, did they call him down before? Oh, I think the Lobos recovered another fumble. Denaj Montgomery coughed the football up. And for the second consecutive possession, the Lobos are going to have the ball inside the Marshall 20.
Bradley Williams comes up with the ball for the Lobos.
You heard Bradley Williams' name called as the guy that recovered the fumble. Lobos got a chance to blow this thing wide open now.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was really a good call to make down there. You pitch the ball out inside the 20, and that puts a lot of pressure on your offense. Let's put it that way. And Longview capitalized, made a huge play.
This game takes on a whole new complexion if Longview scores here. From being down 7 for most of the first half, they got a chance to go up by 2 touchdowns here. Handoff to Cummings. This is the first time Cummings has been slowed down on that belly play. He was tackled in the backfield by number 33, Cordier Wilbert. Good job by their defense.
Cummings on the carry.
To pinch down and slow Cummings down. Jagger Robbins was the guy that slowed things down long enough for the tackle to be made. 2nd down and 9, Lobos. They have all 3 timeouts. They send 2 wide out to the left side. Herndon's in the left slot, and now we've got a timeout taken. This is the 2-minute timeout. And so we'll take that break with them. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
It's football time again, and Peters Chevrolet in Longview is celebrating with some amazing deals for you, like our lease special, only $399 down, $399 per month on a new 2025 Chevrolet Blazer EV, or make your play in a new 2025 Chevrolet Trax, only $22,995. Kick off the season in a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500, 0% APR for 36 months. Score the perfect vehicle this football season. Online at peterscars.net. Peters Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Emergency Heart Care at Longview Regional Medical Center.
Back at Lobo Stadium, the 2-minute timeout. Longview leads at 14-7. They just recovered a fumble by Marshall and have a chance again to put another score on the board here right before halftime. They lead at 14-7. Now they'll send 2 wide to the left side. They'll stay in the gun this time in the pistol. Hamilton, play action, flips it out, left side ball. Receiver just fell down. It was thrown out to Jaden Washington, who just lost his balance and couldn't stay on his feet. Not a great throw by Hamilton, and it may have cost Washington a chance to keep his balance. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Boy, you want to get 7 out of this. You do not want to settle for a field goal here.
No, that almost makes you think that Longview's going to have to throw the ball up the field on this play. But we'll see. Maybe they'll pull something out of the hat that we haven't seen.
They have two wide receivers out, one to either side, and Hamilton will run a bootleg out to the left. It's flared out to Herndon, and Herndon gets dropped for a loss on the play. Tackle was made by Wilbert and Joel Shepard. So there wasn't anything to that play.
No, they were coming right down the line, and the pass was maybe 2 yards?
Yeah.
And he catches it, but the defense is right there. So now we got a 4th down, and we're going to, I guess, so we're going to think
they're going to go for the field goal. Yeah, it's a 25. It's at the 25. It'll be a 35-yard try. Snap is up. Kick is up. And it's good. 35-yard field goal by Felipe Ayala, and the Longview Lobos now with a 17-7 lead with 1:09 to play in the first half. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
Fish's RV knows a thing or two about how to go play in Texas. And we've been here long enough to know that this time of year, in this town, that means one thing. Lobos football is back. And Fish's RV's fired up to be back as a sponsor. We can't wait to watch the green, gold, and white get back to ball and take care of business. So, Lobos fans, help us bring the noise every game this fall. Because if we're going to go play, we might as well go all the way. Fish's RV in Longview at the intersection of Judson and George Ritchie, where memories begin.
Felipe Ayala with a 35-yard field goal, and the Lobos have scored 17 points in about a minute and a half here. 1:09 remaining in the first half. And Longview comes from 7 down to 10 up now as they get ready to kick the ball off. From our left to our right, Gustavo De Luna will kick it off. And it'll be taken at the 9-yard line. Brought out to the 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. Still on his feet, 50. Into Longview territory and run out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A big-time return by Aiden Green to give Marshall some life and great field position.
Well, we didn't need that. I mean, that's a great return, and now Marshall's got a chance to get right back in this game.
Challenge for your school.
Aiden Green returned it all the way to the 36-yard line in Longview territory. .103 to play. Marshall at the 36 of Longview. Henderson, the quarterback, under center. There's a flag. Pre-snap penalty. It's illegal procedure against Marshall. That helps.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 6 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
That kickoff return was about 63 yards for Aiden Green.
Part of this exciting series.
Marshall tries to answer after giving up 17 consecutive points.
Download the app.
Just only a minute and a half.
You got to believe they're going to throw ever down here in this situation.
1st and 15 now. Marshall at the Longview 41. Back to throw. Henderson. Flag goes down. Receiver is blown up on the far sideline in front of the Marshall bench. Wow. Let's see what the flag is. It's on the backside. Quarterback just play action fake and then roll to his right, threw it toward the right sideline. And the receiver had to go down and try to get the ball, and he got jacked up.
10-yard penalty, replay first down.
And a holding call against Marshall. So insult onto injury there. Lawson Tubb, I believe, is the man that made the hit on the receiver on the right side. Lawson Tubb was also the guy that almost obliterated that return man last week against Lufkin in one of the hits of the year. And that was in the first game. Now Marshall has first and 25 at their own 49-yard line. They're going backwards. 4 wideouts this time. Running back moved. There's going to be a flag. Prior to the snap, running back started in motion toward the line of scrimmage before the snap, so that's another 5-yard penalty. This is a disaster for Marshall. They get a great kickoff return, and then they just shoot themselves in the foot on 3 straight plays. That backs the ball up all the way to the 44-yard line in Marshall territory. Keep in mind, this drive started at the Longview 36. 51.8 seconds to go. Don't forget, stay tuned for the halftime show. We'll kick it out to Harlan the Sports Guy and Pigskin Bob, and they'll give you a preview of tonight's Friday night scoreboard show. We'll also run through some of the scores. We'll highlight the plays of the game here in the first half, let you know how things went. All that's brought to you by Eastman Credit Union. Let's take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Life is full of healthcare needs, large and small, from the birth of a child to caring for elderly patients. Since 1975, the Diagnostic Clinic of Longview has been serving East Texans with quality, personalized patient care, from comprehensive family medicine to a variety of specialties: pediatrics, OBGYN, internal medicine, general surgery, orthopedics, neurology, sleep medicine, and more. Diagnostic Clinic, always voted the best of East Texas, and always there to meet your healthcare needs. Online at dcol.net.
Back at Lobo Stadium, Brian Houston, Johnny Vaughn. Longview leads at 17-7 over the Marshall Mavericks. Mavericks have the ball first and 30 at their own 44. And they'll just hand it off right up the middle to Denaj Montgomery. Montgomery will get some yardage into Longview territory. They'll spot it down at the 48-yard line. Picked up 8, but he's still second down and 30. Didn't help him much. They'll hand it off again. Montgomery. Looks like they're just going to play it safe and try to get into the locker room. 25 seconds to go as Montgomery just ran into a wall of Lobos.
Somebody's down here on the field, it looks like.
It's a big pile of bodies. Clock down to 10 seconds. Looks like they're just going to let the clock run out. Jason Hammett says, I've seen enough.
It's probably the right thing to do.
I think so, the way this drive ended for Marshall. That's the end of the first half. Longview Lobos 17, Marshall 7. Get ready for the Eastman Credit Union halftime show coming up. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
It's football time again, and Peters Chevrolet in Longview is celebrating with some amazing deals for you, like our lease special, only $399 down, $399 per month on a new 2025 Chevrolet Blazer EV, or make your play in a new 2025 Chevrolet Trax, only $22,995. Kick off the season in a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500, 0% APR for 36 months. Score the perfect vehicle this football season. Online at peterscars.net. Peters Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
Friday Night Football. It's more than a game. It's community, pride, and giving your kids the best opportunities. With a mortgage from Telco Plus Credit Union, you can make sure your family is in the school district where champions are made, on and off the field. We offer competitive rates, quick approvals, and the hometown service you can trust. Get in the right home in the right district so your kids can play and win where it matters most. Visit telcoplus.org today. We are your financial solution. Credit and membership qualifications apply. Equal housing lender insured by the NCUA.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
Getting your favorite Chick-fil-A has never been easier. With the Chick-fil-A app, you can order ahead for carry-out, dine-in, or the drive-thru. Want it brought right to your door? Try Chick-fil-A Delivery, straight from the East or West Longview locations. Plus, every order earns you Chick-fil-A rewards. You can redeem them for your favorites. Fast, convenient, and rewarding. That's the Chick-fil-A app. Download today and make mealtime simple. Be sure to follow Chick-fil-A East Longview and Chick-fil-A West Longview on Facebook and Instagram for fun giveaways, exciting new products, and community updates.
Life is full of healthcare needs, large and small, from the birth of a child to caring for elderly patients. Since 1975, the Diagnostic Clinic of Longview has been serving East Texans with quality, personalized patient care, from comprehensive family medicine to a variety of specialties: pediatrics, OBGYN, internal medicine, general surgery, orthopedics, neurology, sleep medicine, and more. Diagnostic Clinic, always voted the best of East Texas, and always there to meet your healthcare needs. Online at DCOL.net.
At McDaniel's Quality Body Works, we pride ourselves in quality, collision repair, and friendly service. McDaniel's is at the forefront of today's complex vehicles by being certified by General Motors, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Honda, Infiniti, Kia, and Hyundai. These certifications require intensive I-CAR training along with an investment in new equipment and technology. When you need peace of mind for collision repair, call McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, or Gilmer.
Power into summer with a new generator from Tri-State. It's storm season in East Texas. That means power failures. Act now with up to $1,999 off, plus free remote monitoring and first-year maintenance for free. That's right. Save up to $1,999. And don't be caught in the dark this storm season. Call 903-331-0466. That's 903-331-0466. Or visit TriStateGenerators.com. When it comes to backup power, why wait? Call Tri-State.
Fish's RV knows a thing or two about how to go play in Texas. And we've been here long enough to know that this time of year, in this town, that means one thing. Lobos football is back. And Fish's RV's fired up to be back as a sponsor. We can't wait to watch the green, gold, and white get back to ball and take care of business. So, Lobos fans, help us bring the noise every game this fall. Because if we're going to go play, we might as well go all the way. Fish's RV in Longview at the intersection of Judson and George Ritchie, where memories begin.
All the way back to the beginning when God created football.
Let's go!
Welcome to the Eastman Credit Union Halftime Show, presented by 106.5 Jack FM.
Back here at Lobo Stadium, it's the Eastman Credit Union halftime show, and we'll be checking in with Harlan, the sports guy, and Pigskin Bob for a preview of the Friday night scoreboard show coming up in just a moment. I'm Brian Houston along with Johnny Vaughn. Longview Lobos lead it by a score of 17-7 and seem to be in control now, but the Lobos started off belching like an old car here in the first half and got off to a poor start. They had to punt on their first possession, and then Marshall got a 46-yard run by their quarterback, Alton Henderson, down to the 5-yard line. Henderson then followed up with a 5-yard touchdown pass to Russell Crawford to give Marshall the lead 7-0 with 6:38 to play in the first quarter. The only other thing of note that took place in the first quarter was during a punt, a couple of players got into it between Longview and Marshall, and Jaden Bates of the Lobos got ejected from the ball game. It was 7-0 after one quarter of play. Lobos fumbled the football. Graves was the one that fumbled that. It was recovered by Marshall, but the Longview defense stepped up and forced a punt, and then Longview finally got a drive going. They drove it 70 yards in 3 minutes and 22 seconds. Trey Hamilton with a 15-yard pass to Kylan Cummings, and then another 11-yard pass to Jaden Herndon. That led to a Mason Washington 5-yard touchdown that tied the game at 7 with 5:30 to play in the first half. Marshall on the very next possession fumbles the football, and Kristen Williams recovers it. The Lobos take it in from 2 yards out. Mason Washington makes it 14-7, scored 2 touchdowns in 11 seconds, and they're on top. And then on the very next possession, Denaj Montgomery fumbled for Marshall. Bradley Williams recovered it, and Felipe Ayala kicked a 35-yard field goal to give Longview a 17-7 lead with 1:09 to play here in the first half. And then Aiden Green followed for Marshall with a 63-yard kickoff return, got Marshall down to the Longview 36, but then they went straight backwards on penalties and had to end up just letting the clock run out. And our halftime score now 17-7. Johnny, thoughts on the game here?
Well, I thought that Longview kind of started slow, and they gave up a big play to the quarterback. They made some mistakes, but then they kind of turned it around. It was kind of an interesting deal. And Cummins in particular, they started running him a lot right up the middle, and he shows that he's able to carry the load. And then I thought that Mason Washington had a pretty good first half. I think Longview is kind of like what happened last week. They started slow, and then as they went along, they got better and better and better. And I think that's what we've seen here tonight.
The thing I think that made the big difference is they finally got out of the gun after a quarter and a half of not being able to move the football. They went to 2 tight ends, I formation. It's like John King is channeling Oscar Wilson and the Longview staff, and they start running the belly play and just driving it down, and they start to out-physical Marshall. They take control of the game, and then they end up taking command of the game here in the first half. They still got a lot of work to do, still got a lot of things to clean up, but it looks a lot better now than it did, say, 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, and I think it's better than last week too, don't you? Later on in this game, it's gotten better and better and better, which is encouraging, is because, you know, we're going to have a tough stretch in the next 3 or 4 games, and so it made me feel a lot better that it looked like we kind of stepped up the pace.
Well, they definitely have settled in and seem to have gotten into the ball game now. So let's see what happens as they make adjustments they're going to make at halftime, come out and see if they can continue to play like this here in the second half. All right, we're going to take a timeout. We're going to throw it over to Harlan, the sports guy, and Pigskin Bob. They'll give you a preview of the Friday night scoreboard show. This is the Eastman Credit Union halftime show. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Lobo Nation is on 106.5 Jack FM. This is the halftime report.
It's football time again, and Peters Chevrolet in Longview is celebrating with some amazing deals for you, like our lease special, only $399 down, $399 per month on a new 2025 Chevrolet Blazer EV, or make your play in a new 2025 Chevrolet Trax, only $22,995. Kick off the season in a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500, 0% APR for 36 months. Score the perfect vehicle this football season. Online at peterscars.net. Peters Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers.
Getting your favorite Chick-fil-A has never been easier. With the Chick-fil-A app, you can order ahead for carry-out, dine-in, or the drive-thru. Want it brought right to your door? Try Chick-fil-A Delivery straight from the East or West Longview locations. Plus, every order earns you Chick-fil-A rewards, and you can redeem them for your favorites. Fast, convenient, and rewarding. That's the Chick-fil-A app. Download today and make mealtime simple. And be sure to follow Chick-fil-A East Longview and Chick-fil-A West Longview on Facebook and Instagram for fun giveaways, exciting new products, and community updates.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
Life is full of healthcare needs, large and small, from the birth of a child to caring for elderly patients. Since 1975, the Diagnostic Clinic of Longview has been serving East Texans with quality, personalized patient care, from comprehensive family medicine to a variety of specialties: pediatrics, OBGYN, internal medicine, general surgery, orthopedics, neurology, sleep medicine, and more. Diagnostic Clinic, always voted the best of East Texas, and always there to meet your healthcare needs. Online at dcol.net.
At McDaniel's Quality Body Works, we pride ourselves in quality, collision repair, and friendly service. McDaniel's is at the forefront of today's complex vehicles by being certified by General Motors, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Honda, Infiniti, Kia, and Hyundai. These certifications require intensive I-CAR training along with an investment in new equipment and technology. When you need peace of mind for collision repair, call McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, or Gilmer.
Power into summer with a new generator from Tri-State. It's storm season in East Texas. That means power failures. Act now with up to $1,999 off, plus free remote monitoring and first-year maintenance for free. That's right. Save up to $1,999. And don't be caught in the dark this storm season. Call 903-331-0466. That's 903-331-0466. Or visit tristategenerators.com. When it comes to backup power, why wait? Call Tri-State.
Fish's RV knows a thing or two about how to go play in Texas. And we've been here long enough to know that this time of year, in this town, that means one thing. Lobos football is back. And Fish's RV's fired up to be back as a sponsor. We can't wait to watch the green, gold, and white get back to ball and take care of business. So, Lobos fans, help us bring the noise every game this fall. Because if we're going to go play, we might as well go all the way. Fish's RV in Longview at the intersection of Judson and George Ritchie, where memories begin.
Well, how we doing, Longview, Lobo Nation, Harlan, the sports guy, and Pigskin Bob here on the Eastman Credit Union halftime show. Longview and Marshall for the 115th time. And while this game's going on, Bob and I are on the Friday night scoreboard show on KYKX 105.7 and The Ranch 104.1 and 103.7. We're covering all the other games tonight, so we invite you to tune over after the Lobos take care of the Mavericks tonight and find out how all your other favorite teams did around East Texas. Bob, some of the games we're covering tonight.
The Battle of Tyler, Texas is tonight. This is a big night for Smith County, and you got Tyler and Tyler Legacy.
Red
Pantry Raid.
Yeah, red versus blue, the Pantry Raid, great atmosphere. Two teams on the rise.
Yes.
So, interesting game.
Tyler High with the win last year.
Yep.
So, Legacy, they're wanting to come back and even this up.
A lot of talent on both sides of the ball.
You got Liberty at Texas High we're going to follow. Hallsville is going to be at Crandall. Pine Tree at Van. That's one of the top games in our area.
It really is. Van is a very good team, and Pine Tree better not take them lightly.
Yeah, and Pine Tree demonstrated last week that the previous year was not a fluke. Pine Tree is for real.
I think so.
Spring Hill's going to be at Center. Chapel Hill at Gilmer. Should be one of the top games of the night.
I mean, boy, who's going to win that? That's a heavyweight fight.
DCAB is going to be at Pittsburgh, and that's where we were earlier today, and we're going to be checking out what Pittsburgh has up their sleeves.
They had a big win last week coming out of the gate, new coach, and but the Bears are really, really good.
Right. Pittsburgh's going to have a test. Kilgore at White House, Palestine at Jasper, Lufkin at Nacogdoches.
Another rivalry game
Come
tonight.
on, Nacogdoches.
Go Dragons.
Go Dragons. Mount Pleasant, Lindale. I like that matchup tonight. That's one of the better ones of the
Did you say Chapel Hill, White House? Did you already get there? Or not? No. Who plays White House tonight?
We haven't gotten to that yet.
Okay. All right.
We've got...
Because I know White House had a big game, and I was wanting to talk to you about that. Go ahead.
We've got Palestine at Jasper, Mount Pleasant, Lindale, as I just said, Brownsboro, Jacksonville.
Okay.
Somebody's going to have to win that game.
Yeah, we checked with the UIL, and someone has to win that game tonight. They have to keep playing until someone wins.
What about Henderson at Liberty Ilo? You think Ricky Joe Meeks needs to get away with a victory tonight?
Boy, I thought Liberty Ilo was going to be as good as they were last year, but last week they didn't do well. And Henderson kind of on the rise. A lot of eyes on the Henderson Americans high school program.
Right. There's a few eyes on Bullard. They're traveling to Caddo Mills. Bullard had a win last week. Do they have enough to beat Caddo Mills tonight?
Foxes are tough.
Athens is going to be at Kaufman, Rusk at Mount Vernon, Kip at Maybank, Sabine Harmony, Jefferson at Newton. Love my Bulldogs. Can they go to Newton and get out with the victory?
Oh, yeah. They'll cruise.
Paul Pewett's going to be...
Write it down. They'll cruise.
It's a cruise. You really think Jefferson's going to roll over the Figs?
Yep.
New Diana Gladewater should be an interesting matchup tonight. Now, New Diana did get beat last week. Gladewater with a big win over Dangerfield.
Yeah. That's a good game. And we got Gladewater next Thursday night.
Can Coach
taking
Gary
on
Lane
West Rusk.
do something about that? Garrison at ARP. Whew, I like that matchup tonight.
I think Garrison is dominant this year. And I'm worried about Garrison as a Joaquin fan.
ARP is pretty good, too. They won by double digits last week.
Good game.
Edgewood at Troop. You got Redwater at Winsboro. I'm predicting a long, long night for Redwater.
Right.
That's it. I mean, what else can you say? Mineola is going to be at Scary Rosser, Grand Saline at Palmer, Hugh Springs or City. Now, these are two of the have-nots. We can all agree upon that, right?
For the past few years, they've been have-nots.
They are the have-nots. Then does Ore City have what it takes to go back-to-back wins?
Well, but I think both teams are kind of on the rise, and Hugh Springs returning to what Chris Edwards had him at before the program fell apart.
Boy, yeah, after he left, it just seemed like the wheels have come off, and it's taken forever to get back on.
But the excitement in Ore City right now is at an all-time high.
Elysian Fields is going to be at Maud. You got Hawkins at James Bowie, Carlisle at Overton, TK Gorman
Boy,
at Founders.
Carlisle Overton. That's a good game.
Did I just gloss over that?
I kind of like that game.
Carlisle Overton.
Yeah. That'll be a lot of fun. We're going to cover all these games and more tonight. And you had one more?
The Kilgore White House. You were asking me about White House.
That's what it is.
Kilgore White House. That's one of the top games of the night.
Kilgore Falls last week to Carthage.
That's not a strike against Kilgore, really. I mean, that was a great Carthage team.
Yeah, but now they've got to rebound and go play a really good White House team. That's a game. Yes, I had that. I remembered White House was playing somebody good. I forgot it was Kilgore.
There it is.
All right, we'll try and figure this out, and we'll cover all these games. So after the Lobos take care of the Mavericks, join us on Kicks in the Ranch, Harlan the Sports Guy, and Pigskin Bob on the Eastman Credit Union Halftime Show on your home for Longview Lobo football, 106.5 Jack FM.
Here we go. Lobo Nation is on 106.5 Jack FM. This is the Halftime Report.
It's football time again, and Peters Chevrolet in Longview is celebrating with some amazing deals for you, like our lease special, only $399 down, $399 per month on a new 2025 Chevrolet Blazer EV, or make your play in a new 2025 Chevrolet Trax, only $22,995. Kick off the season in a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500, 0% APR for 36 months. Score the perfect vehicle this football season. Online at peterscars.net. Peters Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Story and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Story and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
Getting your favorite Chick-fil-A has never been easier. With the Chick-fil-A app, you can order ahead for carry-out, dine-in, or the drive-thru. Want it brought right to your door? Try Chick-fil-A Delivery, straight from the East or West Longview locations. Plus, every order earns you Chick-fil-A rewards, and you can redeem them for your favorites. Fast, convenient, and rewarding. That's the Chick-fil-A app. Download today and make mealtime simple. And be sure to follow Chick-fil-A East Longview and Chick-fil-A West Longview on Facebook and Instagram for fun giveaways, exciting new products, and community updates.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at ChristusHealth.org.
Life is full of healthcare needs, large and small, from the birth of a child to caring for elderly patients. Since 1975, the Diagnostic Clinic of Longview has been serving East Texans with quality, personalized patient care, from comprehensive family medicine to a variety of specialties: pediatrics, OBGYN, internal medicine, general surgery, orthopedics, neurology, sleep medicine, and more. Diagnostic Clinic, always voted the best of East Texas, and always there to meet your healthcare needs. Online at dcol.net.
At McDaniel's Quality Body Works, we pride ourselves in quality, collision repair, and friendly service. McDaniel's is at the forefront of today's complex vehicles by being certified by General Motors, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Honda, Infiniti, Kia, and Hyundai. These certifications require intensive I-CAR training along with an investment in new equipment and technology. When you need peace of mind for collision repair, call McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, or Gilmer.
Power into summer with a new generator from Tri-State. It's storm season in East Texas. That means power failures. Act now with up to $1,999 off, plus free remote monitoring and first-year maintenance for free. That's right. Save up to $1,999. And don't be caught in the dark this storm season. Call 903-331-0466. That's 903-331-0466. Or visit TriStateGenerators.com. When it comes to backup power, why wait? Call Tri-State.
Fish's RV knows a thing or two about how to go play in Texas. And we've been here long enough to know that this time of year, in this town, that means one thing. Lobos football is back. And Fish's RV's fired up to be back as a sponsor. We can't wait to watch the green, gold, and white get back to ball and take care of business. So, Lobos fans, help us bring the noise every game this fall. Because if we're going to go play, we might as well go all the way. Fish's RV in Longview at the intersection of Judson and George Ritchie, where memories begin.
Here we go. Lobo Nation is on 106.5 Jack FM. This is the halftime report.
Back here at Lobo Stadium, halftime homecoming, and Longview with a 17-7 lead over the Marshall Mavericks after trailing by a score of 7-0 as late as 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Big game of interest because we're going to be going to Dallas next weekend to see the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears. They trailed Duncanville tonight by a score of 35-14 with about 11:42 to go in the third quarter. Duncanville, of course, one of the best teams in the nation, and so not a huge surprise there. We do know that South Oak Cliff is going to be a load. Meanwhile, back here in East Texas, some of the scores from around the area. We've got All Saints out of Tyler leading Detroit 34-0. Gladewater over New Diana 21-7 in the third quarter. Overton and Carlisle are tied at 17 in the third. West Rusk has a 22-0 lead on Diboll in the third quarter. Elysian Fields is up on Maw at 28-14 in the third. The Pittsburgh Pirates lead DeKalb 24-8 in the third. At the half, Tyler Legacy 34, Tyler nothing. That's a surprise. Wills Point leading Venus at halftime 21-0. Harmony and Sabine tied at the half at 7. Winsboro up 58-7 over Redwater. That's at halftime. Other scores from around East Texas. Hawkins up by 12-8 over James Bowie at halftime. New Boston leads Shelbyville 35-21. Westwood over San Augustine 35-14 at the half. Kaufman up 7-0 over Athens at halftime. Jasper over Palestine 15-0 at halftime. Canton over Life School Waxahachie 20-0 at halftime. Van leads Pine Tree 24-7. Gilmer up on Chapel Hill 20-7 at halftime. That's a big ball game. Other scores, Center leads Spring Hill 34-7. Sulphur Springs up 42-12 over Greenville. Jacksonville leading Brownsboro 27-14. That's a bit of a surprise. Henderson leads Liberty Ilo 21-12 at halftime. Mount Vernon 26, Rusk 21 at the half. Grand Saline 24-17 over Palmer at halftime. It's Edgewood over Troop 28-21 at the half. Caddo Mills over Bullard 7-0 in the second quarter. And that's just a look at some of the scores. White Oak leading 16-6 over Paul Pewitt in the second quarter as well. Let's take a timeout. We'll continue with the Eastman Credit Union halftime show when we return. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
When I'm driving, I look twice for motorcycles.
I look twice because motorcycles are easy to miss.
I look twice just in case a motorcycle's in my blind spot.
I look twice at intersections and before I turn left.
I look twice because I want to know for sure.
I look twice for motorcycles because I don't want to hurt anyone.
Look twice for motorcycles. There's a life riding on it. A message from Texas Department of Transportation.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Now you can arrive at the big game in style in any of the luxurious Buicks in stock at Peters Buick in Longview. With the largest selection of new Buicks in East Texas, you can't lose at Peters. So make the big play now with the new 2025 Buick Envista Preferred for only $24,995. Enjoy the game in the comfort and luxury of a new Buick from the #1 Buick dealer in East Texas, Peters Buick. Online at peterscars.net.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
At McDaniel's Quality Body Works, we pride ourselves in quality, collision repair, and friendly service. McDaniel's is at the forefront of today's complex vehicles by being certified by General Motors, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Honda, Infiniti, Kia, and Hyundai. These certifications require intensive I-CAR training along with an investment in new equipment and technology. When you need peace of mind for collision repair, call McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, or Gilmer.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Longview Lobo High School football. Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Back at Lobo Stadium. Halftime just about to wrap up. We're about to start the kickoff for the third quarter. Longview leads Marshall by a score of 17-7. Lobos got off to a slow start and trailed by 7-0 with as late as 3.5 minutes to go in the first half, and then scored 17 points.
They need some help standing
thanks to a couple of big turnovers and a 70-yard touchdown drive. And so the Marshall Mavericks will open the third quarter with the ball. And Johnny, after the first drive of the first quarter, Marshall really hasn't gotten anything going offensively, so Longview did a good job of adjusting after giving up the big long run by the quarterback. they've kind of stopped all that, and the offense has settled into a physical running game and seems to have taken some control now.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the problems the Mavs have is the fact that Longview has shut down the quarterback, who's clearly their best threat. Not just as a passer, but as a runner. Last week, he basically won the game by himself, and so that's something that I think they're going to have to figure out, or try to figure out a way to get the quarterback into a position where he can make plays. He made one in the first half, but that's really about the only one. So I think you're going to see the Mavericks change their offense a little bit in this second half. We'll watch and see, but I do believe they're going to do that.
Should be interesting. Felipe Ayala will kick it off from our left to our right. Longview kicking off to Marshall, and we are underway in the third quarter. It's taken and fumbled at the 5-yard line, then picked up and brought out to the 10, 15, 20, and then knocked out of bounds around the 25-yard line is Aiden Green. And so Marshall will start this drive at their own 24-yard line.
Also, ladies and gentlemen,
the quarterback is Alton Henderson. His offensive line at center, Desmond Andrus, Gerardo Saucedo, and Eric Clough. 79 and 54, Eric Perkins and Antoine Sims are the tackles. Tight end is Russell Crawford. Denaj Montgomery is in the backfield. And the wide receivers, Jamari and Sparks, Aiden Green. Handoff will be to Denaj Montgomery. And Denaj will get a good burst up to around the 33-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play. Longview defense on the line, Darryl Dolly, Kristen Williams, and Tyson Johnson. Linebackers Jaden Woolridge, Jessica Hampton-Williams, Lawson Tubb, and Bradley Williams. Josiah Hill starts in place of the injured Robert White at corner. The other side to Caden Carter, and then the safeties are T.J. Jackson and Hobart Nelson. It's second down and 3. Marshall has the ball at their own 32-yard line. And again, they will try to hand it off. And Montgomery, Henderson kept it. And he got the first down as he crossed the 35 to the 36-yard line.
We've also had a debit card turned in. Brittany Turner.
First 3 plays of this quarter is they've run the ball right at Longview, so that's a little different than what they did in the first half.
They'll send 2 wideouts to the right this time, and Henderson will go under center. He has a single setback, Montgomery behind him, and a blocking back to the left side. Play action, rolling right, Henderson looking downfield. Now he's going to take off and run, and he gets run out of bounds at the 42-yard line by Jessica Hampton-Williams.
Taken out of bounds by Lawson.
He's got some speed. He's 5'8", but just as fast as he can be, and more dangerous, honestly, running the ball than he is passing.
Yeah, for sure.
Now we see a flag over in front of the Marshall bench. Now they're waving the flag off. So it'll be second down and 6 at the 40-yard line. Again, next week, Longview travels to Dallas. We'll be at Kincaid Stadium for a matchup against one of the best teams in the state in Class 5A, South Oak Cliff. On second down now, 2 wide to the left side in the gun. Henderson takes the snap. Now he'll run it to the right, got a hole, and he'll get across the 45 and run out of bounds with the first down. And John Berry is hot. Somebody blew an assignment on defense, and he's letting them know about it. But it's a first down as the ball spotted at the 48-yard line. $10:19 to play in the third quarter. Longview 17, Marshall 7. Mavericks out of the huddle on 1st and 10. Single wide receivers to either side, blocking back to the right, and they'll hand it off to Montgomery. Montgomery slips a tackle, still running at the 49 before being driven back. He's shifty as well.
Montgomery with the carry.
He was able to spin out of a tackle.
Williams making the tackle.
Hampton Williams had him, couldn't hang on to him though. Bradley Williams in there on the stop. 2nd down and 7. Ball's in Longview territory at the 49-yard line. And it's on the right hash. They'll send 2 wide receivers out to the left, the wide side of the field. And they'll line up a wing to the left as well. Henderson will keep the ball on a quarterback sneak up the middle. He's at to the 45, to the 35 rather, and down. And that is an 18-yard run by Alton Henderson.
Picks up a first down.
And now you're seeing what we saw Marshall do last week against Tyler.
It's just run right up the middle and it ends up with a nice gain, and now they got first down in pretty good field position.
2 wide to the left, a single wide receiver, and a wing to the right. Henderson is in the gun on 1st and 10 from the Marshall. Checked at the Longview 34-yard line. The ball is batted down. Henderson tried to throw it. It looks like Dolly got his big mitts on it and knocked it down. Tyson Johnson, got his hands up and got it knocked down. Again, Alton Henderson is only 5'8". Tyson Johnson is considerably taller, like 6'3". So good luck trying to float that over him.
Prickly Pear water pressure.
2nd down and 10 now for the Mavericks. They trail 17-7.
Dressed in Lobo green at the game.
2 wide to the left side. Ball's on the right hash mark. From the gun, Henderson checks the sideline for the signal. Now he'll keep it and run to the right. And he'll get short yardage to about the 32. Just a lot of straight ahead quarterback sweeps and powers, and
on the tackle.
He and the tailback are the primary ball carriers, Montgomery. So now it's 3rd down and 8. Ashton Sparks in the game at running back. He lines up behind the left guard. Henderson under center hands it off to the tailback. Denies Montgomery. Montgomery shoots through the hole for about a 5-yard gain, but it's going to be short of the first down. It is 4th down now and 5 at the 29-yard line. They've got to get to the 24 for the first down. And it appears they're going to stay on the field.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty good bet that the quarterback's going to end up with this ball. Alton Henderson.
Wing right, they have a lone wide receiver out to the left. Henderson's in the gun. They've got to call timeout. Marshall calls a timeout with 7:16 to play in the 3rd quarter. They trail 17-7 to Longview. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at ChristusHealth.org.
Back at Lobo Stadium, Marshall Mavericks still huddled around the coaching staff. This is a big down for them if they want to stay in this ball game. They trail 17-7 and have gotten something going offensively, but they are staring at a very difficult 4th down and 5 situation at the Longview 29-yard line. So So after a long meeting with Coach Hammett and his staff, here come the Mavericks. A lone wide receiver lined up to the right side, wing right, and again they're in the gun. Henderson rolls to his right, being chased. Now he's going to try to pull it down. He gets shoved out of bounds for a loss by DeCaden Carter. They're short of the first down, and the ball goes over on downs to the Longview Lobos.
I don't really understand that play that they elected to run as he rolled to his right. I think he was trying to find somebody open up the field, but he went to the short side of the field and was forced over to the sideline. There was nothing he could do. That's good defense by the Lobos.
And Longview has played pretty good defense since that opening drive against Marshall, and now the Longview offense comes back out on the field, hoping to continue the consistency they started to show there in the second quarter. Drive will start with 7:11 to play. Ball's on the 33-yard line. And Hamilton keeps it, and he tries to get around the left end, but he's stopped after only about a yard gain by Jamarian Sparks. Picked up, actually, they gave him 2, so it'll be second down. And 7 yards to go. They gave him 3. At the 36-yard line, Trey Hamilton is the quarterback. Kylan Cummings, the fullback. Mason Washington at tailback. Now they've got 4 wideouts in this formation. They're in the gun. They send the running back in motion out to the right side, then throw back to the left on a wide receiver screen to Jaden Herndon, and Herndon gets across the 45 for a first down. Well executed play for a 9-yard gain. First and 10 Longview, 6:24 to play in a fast-moving third quarter.
You know, you can look at Herndon catch the ball. He hadn't done it yet tonight, but you could just tell he's just a step away from breaking several catches.
Handoff up the middle, big gain, about 6 by McCaden Frazier. And it'll be second down and 4 as the Lobos are in Marshall territory at the 49-yard line. They stay in the gun. Frazier stays in the game. He's lined up to the left of Trey Hamilton, the quarterback. 2 wide to the right. And a handoff again to Frazier. Frazier just trying to ride his offensive lineman on the right side, but gets back to the line of scrimmage and nothing else. Good defensive surge by the big man in the middle, Breon Williams, the 315-pound nose tackle. He's a load.
He's a big boy, I got to tell you.
Hate to have to feed him. Third down and 3 after just a short gain. Lobos have the ball at the 48 of Marshall. Handoff up the middle. And bursting to the 40 to the 38-yard line is McCaden Frazier for a Longview first down.
Frazier.
5:23 to play, third quarter, 17-7. Longview on top. And another first down. Offensive line, Beckett Cox at center. The guards, Damarian Pickren and Star Shaw. The tackles, Jaden Jackson and Brady Yoder. Lobos with a wing left, 2 wide to the left side. Trey Hamilton tries to keep it around the right side, and he's dropped for a loss by number 13, Taven Johnson. Good job by Johnson running Hamilton down and dropping him back at the Marshall 42-yard line. It'll be second down and 13. Now Hobbs will go wide left. In the slot to the left will be Herndon, and they're in the I formation again. Handoff to the tailback. Frazier going right side, crosses the 40 down to around the 38-yard line. Pickup of about 5. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. Crowd looking for a reason to explode right now. Kind of a quiet third quarter.
Longview doing a good job of just eating this clock up on this drive.
Here come the Lobos. They're in the gun again. Wing left, 2 wide to the left. And Hamilton play action, looking deep. Fires at left side. Oh, just beyond the hands of Jaden Herndon.
Yeah, it looked like that was going to be. It was a deep out route, and the ball was just a little bit underthrown and behind him. Had a chance, though, for a big catch, big play.
It's going to be 4th down and 9 now, and the Lobos offense stays on the field. They're kind of in no man's land. It's a little too far to try a field goal, but 4th and 9 is not a high percentage situation for you either. They're in the gun, running back to the right of Hamilton. Hamilton play action, drops back, looks deep, right side, thrown into double coverage. Herndon incomplete, but a flag thrown on the play. As the ball was well overthrown, but it looks like they're going to call pass interference.
Let's see if we can see this again. We couldn't tell from up here. Not sure.
Wow.
There wasn't much interference.
Monte Haynes called for the pass interference. And the Marshall fans booing across the way. I didn't see a whole lot unless he grabbed him as he was going up the sideline.
I don't think that might have been a missed call.
Maybe so. The ball's going to be spotted for Longview, though, at the Marshall 23-yard line following the PI.
Yeah. I'm not saying we give it back.
No, heck no. Anthony Huffman and Jordan Hobbs go wide left. And up the middle, McCaden Frazier will get a few yards to around the 17, 18-yard line. 5 yards on the gain. Frazier transferred in from McKinney. He's got some speed. One of 3 good tailbacks that the Lobos have. 2nd down and 5 now for Longview. From the gun, Trey Hamilton, play action. Fires it across the middle on a slant, incomplete. Low throw. Jace Peterson, the intended receiver, was open. Good throw, it would have been a score. Trey's still pretty inexperienced quarterback, and they're trying a new offense. And he needs to work on his accuracy. But he's got some skills, and he certainly has talent. They get in the I formation this time down. 3rd down and 5 from the 18. Handoff up the middle. Fighting to the 15-yard line and then being driven back.
Frazier with the carry.
Frazier, the running back. Strong defense again by Cordier Wilbert and Blanton Hale. But it's 4th down and 2 now. And I like Kylan Cummings in this. Caden Graves checks in as running back, though, as McCaden Frazier comes out.
Well, if the first half is any indication, Cummins will get the ball, and get the first, but we'll see.
Keep in mind, though, they got to run through that 315-pound tackle. Handoff, here he is, Cummings. Just tries the left side, and he's going to get real close. I think he's going to get the first down. Yes, to the 11-yard line. Made it by a yard.
That was a counter dive, and he ran right at the front line and still made the first down.
I'll tell you what, that play is about as old school as you can get, and nobody's been able to stop it. Lufkin couldn't stop it last week. Marshall's not stopping it tonight. 1st and 10, Longview from the 13.
Oh, no.
This time, ball gets fumbled and recovered by Marshall.
That's
Justin Murray recovered the fumble. Let's see what happened. Somehow the ball got away from Trey. I don't know how he lost it.
Somebody must have either hit it or pulled it or hit his arm. I'm not sure.
Maybe so. The replay we get doesn't show us the whole play. So Murray recovers the fumble, and Longview is stymied again. It's been a ragged offensive experience tonight for the Lobos.
Yeah, not our best effort.
The recovery made at the Marshall 12-yard line. 1:39 to play in the third quarter. And Henderson will roll to his left. He's being chased. Now he's going to try to throw it. Still running, and finally has to run out of bounds at the 14-yard line as Jessier Hampton-Williams was right there giving chase. So only a gain of 2 on the play out to the 15-yard line. Lobos had turnovers tonight. Second fumble of the evening. Second down and 8 now from the 15-yard line. Marshall in the gun. They'll hand it off to Denaj Montgomery, and Montgomery's hit in the backfield. He is swarmed by Tyson Johnson. Lobo defense really playing well now since the first drive of the game. Whoa, Decaden Carter in there as well. Tyson Johnson's a load, man. He is not going to let go of the guy. Third down and 9 now on the 14-yard line.
Yeah, what you want to do is not give up the first down here and force them to punt from deep in their own territory.
Absolutely. Mavericks in the gun. They've got 2 wide to the right. Rolling to the right. Henderson. Pressure coming. Blitz coming. Tubbs. Lawson Tubbs ran him out of bounds at the 10-yard line. I'm telling you, Lawson Tubbs is really fast. And he came from his linebacker position and ran Henderson down around the 5-yard line.
That's pretty impressive. He ran him a long way, and then they got a 4th down now. They're going to have to punt from the 12-yard line?
No, they're down back at their own 8.
That's the 8-yard line.
Yeah.
So that's a great defensive play for Longview.
Punter's 5 yards deep in his own end zone right now. That's Grimaldo. Snap is good, though, and he gets a good kick this time. Decaden Carter takes it at the 48, and he can't keep his balance, and he falls down right there. But the Lobos will have the ball in Marshall territory at the 48. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Longview 17, Marshall 7. And the ball at the Marshall 49 officially.
Well, we're at a point right here. If Longview's they're at midfield, this is an opportunity to come away with some kind of points and make it tough for Marshall to come back in this game.
1st and 10. Set up the screen, and it's sniffed out and blown up. Mason Washington dropped in the backfield by Corjay Wilbert. And that's going to be a loss of about 3 on the play. It's 2nd down and 13. And the ball back in Longview territory. As the clock runs out at the end of 3 quarters, our score, Longview 17, Marshall 7. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Friday night football. It's more than a game. It's community, pride, and giving your kids the best opportunities. With a mortgage from Telco Plus Credit Union, you can make sure your family is in the school district where champions are made, on and off the field. We offer competitive rates, quick approvals, and the hometown service you can trust. Get in the right home in the right district so your kids can play and win where it matters most. Visit telcoplus.org today. We are your financial solution. Credit and membership qualifications apply. Equal housing lender insured by the NCUA.
When I'm driving, I look twice for motorcycles.
I look twice because motorcycles are easy to miss.
I look twice just in case a motorcycle's in my blind spot.
I look twice at intersections and before I turn left.
I look twice because I want to know for sure.
I look twice for motorcycles because I don't want to hurt anyone.
Look twice for motorcycles. There's a life riding on it. A message from Texas Department of Transportation.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
First play of the 4th quarter, and Longview hands it off to Kylan Cummings, and he's thrown back. Don't know that he gained anything on that play. He ran right into Brandon Richardson, big defensive lineman. And it's 3rd down and 12 now after a loss on the play. Pretty uneventful 3rd quarter. The Lobos hanging. It's been a kind of a snoozer, which is pretty unusual for this game. 3rd down and 12 now from the Longview 49-yard line. 3 wide to the right side. Hamilton looking left, locks in, throws it deep downfield. Jaden Herndon dropped it at the 3. Oh, and he grabbed his face mask, and he feels like he should have caught it.
Well, he should have. I mean, he don't just feel like it. He should have caught that one.
I was trying to be nice, Johnny.
Okay. Sorry, but he should have caught it.
The ball was thrown, and he had to he had to extend his arms, but the ball was right there. He dropped it in the basket.
Yeah.
And Herndon just couldn't hang on to it. But that shows you the potential, what could be for this passing game. As it is, it's 4th down now, and Hobbs is going to have to come on the field and punt the football away.
Jordan Hobbs.
One that got away there. Hobbs under pressure, kicks it. Taken at the 22-yard line on a fair catch by Blanton Hale. And so we go to the 10:59 mark in this ball game. Marshall trails by 10, and they will start at their own 22. Alton Henderson back at quarterback, and it looks like they'll go under center to start. They've got 2 wideouts to the left side. Toss play, left side, tailback gets jacked up after a short gain. Trying to see if that's Montgomery or is it Sparks. Number 91, Dolly, in on the tackle regardless. And now we've got a man down for the Marshall Mavericks. So we'll take an injury timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. Longview 17, Marshall 7, 10:45 to go in the game. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Power into summer with a new generator from Tri-State. It's storm season in East Texas. That means power failures. Act now with up to $1,999 off. Plus free remote monitoring and first-year maintenance for free. That's right. Save up to $1,999. And don't be caught in the dark this storm season. Call 903-331-0466. That's 903-331-0466. Or visit TriStateGenerators.com. When it comes to backup power, why wait? Call Tri-State.
South Oak Cliff has cut Duncanville's lead to 35-21 on the first play of the fourth quarter on a 70-yard touchdown pass. Longview meets South Oak Cliff at Kincaid Stadium in Dallas next Friday night at 7:30. We'll be on the air with the Coach Oscar Wilson show in for the recovering John King, and then we'll be on the air at 7:30 with the kickoff. Back to throw, Henderson, second down, fires it, ball's caught, and receiver falls down right there after a nice grab on the play on an out route that gets a first down for the Marshall Mavericks.
Yeah, that was a good throw and catch for them.
Grab was made by Jacoby Christopher, and it's 1st and 10. Marshall out at their own 36-yard line now. 10:15 to go in the game. Henderson under center, has a blocking back to his right, and he'll turn and hand it off to the tailback. And again, dropped in the backfield, and again, it's Darryl Dolly who is blowing up that offensive line right now from his defensive end position.
Darryl Dolly and Bradley Williams.
Lobos got off to a shaky start on defense on the opening drive where they gave up a big 65-yard run by the quarterback. But since then, they have been suffocating would be a good word for it, I think.
Yeah.
Second down and 11. Ball's at the 35-yard line of Marshall. Mavericks have it. And they're in the gun. Back to throwing, rolling right. Quarterback being chased. He'll fire it off to the right side. It's incomplete. Ball was batted down on a nice defensive play by T.J. Jackson. The intended receiver was Aiden Green. An out route. Jackson jumped the route and slapped the ball away. It's 3rd down and 11. Marshall really has not had anything to speak of offensively since that first quarter.
No, they started off good, and then the Lobos have contained them pretty much the rest of the way.
3rd down and 11. Now the quarterback's going to try to run a draw, and he can't get anywhere. He's dropped in the backfield. Lawson Tubb again. I like that kid. They'll spot that ball at the 35-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 11, and Marshall's going to have to punt. Lobo defense has been stifling.
I was going to say, last year we had great linebackers, and it looks like that this year we're going to have some really good ones too.
They're playing well.
Yep.
4th down and 11. Grimaldo, the punter, back at his own 22. It's a low spiral taken by Carter at the 38. Carter to the 40. Carter 45, 50. Carter still running. Finally gets gang tackled at the 45-yard line in Marshall territory.
On the return.
Good return by Decaden Carter from his own 38-yard line.
And he had a couple of great moves in this return. There's a spin, and then he dragged up 2 players for a while.
It's about a 19-yard punt return by Carter.
D.K. Carter.
So Longview will have the ball at the Marshall 44-yard line. In the gun, Hamilton hands off to Mason Washington. Washington gets very little on that play. Once again, big number 99, Breon Williams,
Mason Washington
shuts that down. Not going to make much of a living trying to run against that guy. 7:52 and counting. We had an exciting about a minute and a half in the second quarter, and the rest of this game has been pretty quiet. From the 44, Longview, Trey Hamilton rolls to his left, fires it downfield. It's caught by Jace Peterson. He had to go to the ground to get it, but he made the grab at the 32-yard line for a pickup of 13.
Peterson for a first down.
That's a pretty good catch from Peterson, as he had to really just almost go down to his knees to get the catch.
So it's a first down for the Lobos at the Marshall 32-yard line with 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Too wide to the left side. It's the short side of the field this time. They're going to hand it off. This looks like Frazier. Check that. That would be Mason Washington, I'm sorry.
Mason
Washington on the sweep gets to the 28-yard line. Gain of 4. Clock just continues to burn. And I'm sure they'd be quite happy on the Longview sideline just to see the time eaten up off of this clock. Get out of here with a 10-point win, which would be their 10th straight against Marshall. Going wide right, Anthony Huffman in the slot. Hobbs. And Trey Hamilton on second down runs a speed option, pitches it to Mason Washington. Washington to the 20, Washington to the 15. Washington out of bounds somewhere near the 10-yard line. They'll spot him out at the 13. Gain of 16 yards.
You know, there's probably some teams that are hoping that they won't have any more Washingtons left.
Hey, no kidding. They all seem to be really productive, too, by the way.
Kidding.
Clock stopped as Washington went out of bounds on the play, but it's first down and 10 now at the 12-yard line. Longview in scoring territory. They'll hand it off to Washington, sweeping left for a short gain. I don't know if he made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Washington on the carry.
Yeah,
guy slow to get up for Marshall.
On the stop.
That's number 13, Nataven Johnson. Also Joel Shepard in there on that stop. And coming off the field for Marshall, Jagger Robbins, the linebacker. First and 10 Lobos. I'm sorry, second and 10 Lobos. And 2 wide outs to the left side. Hamilton in the pistol this time with the running back lined up right behind him. Washington gets the handoff and he gets dropped right about the line of scrimmage. Nataven Johnson.
Mason Washington with the carry. Nataven Johnson.
And we got an offensive lineman had his helmet pulled off, Jaden Jackson, so he has to leave the game right now. And checking in is number 67, Brady Yoder, for him. 5 minutes even to go in the ball game. Third down and 10 on the 12. Personnel changes. Lobo's taking a time. Play clock's down to 3 now. They're going to have to call timeout. Longview calls a timeout. First timeout of the half that they burn. With 4:40 to play in the ball game, they lead 17-7 over Marshall. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Friday night football. It's more than a game. It's community, pride, and giving your kids the best opportunities. With a mortgage from Telco Plus Credit Union, you can make sure your family is in the school district where champions are made, on and off the field. We offer competitive rates, quick approvals, and the hometown service you can trust. Get in the right home in the right district so your kids can play and win where it matters most. Visit telcoplus.org today. We are your financial solution. Credit and membership qualifications apply. Equal housing lender insured by the NCUA.
Back at Lobo Stadium, tonight's ball game brought to you by Tri-State Water, Power, and Air. Visit tristategenerators.com for your backup power game plan. Also, thanks to all these great sponsors: Chick-fil-A, Diagnostic Clinic of Longview, Peters Chevrolet, Bish RV, McDaniels Quality Body Works, Telco Plus Credit Union and Christus Good Shepherd Medical Center. Be sure to stay tuned for the post-game show sponsored by Sorey and Hoover Law Firm. We'll be talking to interim head coach Oscar Wilson after tonight's game. Meanwhile, the Lobos face 3rd down and 11 on the Marshall 13-yard line with 4:40 to play. Hamilton back to throw, fires it into the end zone. Ball overthrown beyond the reach of the running back. I believe that looks like number 29, Javier Glaive, was in the corner of the end zone. The ball was overthrown. And got a defender that's slow getting up, and that's number 2, Justin Murray, who has recovered a fumble tonight for Marshall. So he's coming out of the game. And it's going to be 4th down and 11, and we're going to see a field goal try now. Felipe Ayala has this ball. It looks like he's going to spot it around the 20-yard line. This will be a 30-yard field goal try. Ayala, right-footed, kicks it up, and good. 3 more on the board. Longview 20, Marshall 7 with 4:30 to go in the game. You're listening to Longview Lobos football on 106.5 Jack FM.
It's football time again, and Peters Chevrolet in Longview is celebrating with some amazing deals for you, like our lease special, only $399 down, $399 per month on a new 2025 Chevrolet Blazer EV, or make your play in a new 2025 Chevrolet Trax, only $22,995. Kick off the season in a new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500, 0% APR for 36 months. Score the perfect vehicle this football season. Online at peterscars.net. Peters Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Fish's RV knows a thing or two about how to go play in Texas. And we've been here long enough to know that this time of year, in this town, that means one thing. Lobos football is back. And Fish's RV's fired up to be back as a sponsor. We can't wait to watch the green, gold, and white get back to ball and take care of business. So, Lobos fans, help us bring the noise every game this fall. Because if we're going to go play, we might as well go all the way. Fish's RV in Longview at the intersection of Judson and George Ritchie, where memories begin.
Lobos drive at 44 yards. They get a 30-yard field goal from Ayala, and they have a 20-7 lead now with 4:30 to go in this ball game. And they're kicking it off to Marshall again. This time a high, short kick taken at the 25-yard line. A fair catch called. And Marshall will take over 1st and 10. Thoughts?
Well,
it's been a pretty quiet game.
It has. It's been an unusual one, I think. I think now with the Mavericks, it's 4:30 to go, and they're down 20-7. I think you're going to see them take some plays where they try to get the ball down the field and see if they can't make a big play. I think it's going to be difficult to do against Longview's secondary.
Yeah, they've not had much success doing that in this ball game. From the 25-yard line, Henderson back to throw. Pressure coming. Sacked. Way back. Tyson Johnson sits on top of him back around the 15-yard line.
Yeah, if you're the quarterback and you're in that situation,
just fall down.
The worst thing to see is have the defensive line just own you in about 2 steps, and that's what happened. Longview just right through their offensive line and no chance for a play.
3:54 to go in the ball game now. 2nd down and 23 from Marshall at their own 12. Henderson back to throw. Pressure, steps up, fires the ball high and incomplete. Receiver was open. Good throw, would have made a nice gain for him, but that ball was overthrown. And again, he was under duress.
Yeah, significant duress.
Oh, yes. I think that duress is starting to get to him now, too.
I would think so.
Clock stops on the incompletion. 3:39 to go in the game. 3rd and 23 now from the 12. Marshall jumped off sides. Let's see if he's gotten pulled off sides. Lobos are hoping that it's illegal procedure, movement in the line. Offsides called against Longview. And Chasten Wrighton, guilty of being offsides, though he kept claiming that the offensive lineman drew him offsides. That'll give him 5 yards. It's still going to be 3rd down and 18 from the 17. Odds are not good here. Lobos with a 4-man line now. And coming after him, Henderson sets up a screen. It's a beautiful setup play to dodge Montgomery, and Montgomery with a big gain. I'm telling you, they let those linemen come through, and somehow Henderson was able to get that off and over those defensive linemen. And then Montgomery went down the left sideline, but there's a flag and it's coming back. Oh my goodness, that was a big play for Marshall. But a penalty on the play right in front of the Marshall bench. Holding is the call against Marshall. Wow. And more boos from the Marshall visitors.
Yeah, they didn't like that call.
Apparently not. Number 9 was called for. The blocker downfield was Russell Crawford. Really no need for him to do that. But it's now 3rd down and 9 from the 26-yard line. Back to throw. Henderson pressure coming. Jackson brings him down back at the 22-yard line. T.J. Jackson. And Hampton Williams in there as well. Whew. They have applied some pressure onto Alton Henderson here in the second half. Going to be fun to talk to Oscar Wilson after this ball game about how this defense is played.
You know, this is a situation, if you're a defensive back, that you love it because you know they got to throw the ball. Even if they do, if they make a play or a score, you're still going to win the game. And so you sit there and go, man, if I can just pick one off and get in the end zone.
I want to get on the score sheet.
Yes.
2:54 left in the game. The timeout is called on the field. We're going to stay right here, though, because we do want to remind you that following the ball game, we will have the Soria & Hoover Law Firm post-game show. Coach Oscar Wilson will come up to visit with us. Coach John King not here tonight, recovering from surgery he had on Tuesday for mouth cancer. And again, we miss him and we wish him the very best and hope he gets back as soon as possible. I'm as much worried about how many of his games he's going to have to miss going to see Haynes play at Georgia Tech. I know that will kill him as much as missing the Lobo games.
Yeah.
Back to throw. Henderson on 4th down and 13. Gets it underneath to Montgomery. Montgomery has to run out of bounds. He's going to be well short of the 1st down, and the Lobos are going to take over deep in Marshall territory. Carter ran him out of bounds. Ball goes over on downs. And the Lobos have a chance to just run the clock out now and get this thing over with. Go to 2-0.
I don't know if Coach Kings is listening tonight, but we really should say that we really miss him and
Absolutely.
Best of luck, you know.
No doubt.
It's just not the same with him not here.
No. Again, his first time we haven't had a John King on the sideline since the 1999 season. Think about that. Longview will start at the Marshall 30. handing it off up the middle for a short gain. And we got another Marshall Maverick down, and that would be Devon Tucker injured on the play. So let's take a timeout after Frazier's run. It's 20-7. Longview on top of Marshall. 2:34 to go in the game. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Getting your favorite Chick-fil-A has never been easier. With the Chick-fil-A app, you can order ahead for carry-out, dine-in, or the drive-thru. Want it brought right to your door? Try Chick-fil-A Delivery, straight from the East or West Longview locations. Plus, every order earns you Chick-fil-A rewards, and you can redeem them for your favorites. Fast, convenient, and rewarding. That's the Chick-fil-A app. Download today and make mealtime simple. And be sure to follow Chick-fil-A East Longview and Chick-fil-A West Longview on Facebook and Instagram for fun giveaways, exciting new products, and community updates.
There's nothing quite like high school football in Texas. No one gives you the lowdown on every victory, defeat, and blowout like the Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Harlan the Sports Guy, Pigskin Bob, and a supporting cast of the Lone Star State's best athletes, band members, drill team, cheerleaders, and mascots. Check out the show on KYKX 1057. You can flip over and join them immediately after we leave the air tonight. Injured player again on the field, Devon Tucker, and he's having to be helped off very slowly, favoring what might be an ankle or a knee. Lobos up 20-7. They trailed 7-0 for most of the first half and then scored 17 unanswered in about a minute and a half right before halftime, and then they've never been even threatened here in the second half. From the 28-yard line, it's 2nd down and 8 in Marshall territory. Lobos in the I formation with 2 tight ends. And they're just watching the clock run down. They're going to take it all the way down to 4, I imagine, on the play clock. It's at 10 right now, and the game clock is at 2:01. And then they'll call a timeout.
This is a 2-minute timeout.
Oh, it's 2-minute timeout. I keep forgetting that new rule. We do have a 2-minute timeout now. So we'll take another timeout with them. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Life is full of healthcare needs, large and small, from the birth of a child to caring for elderly patients. Since 1975, the Diagnostic Clinic of Longview has been serving East Texans with quality, personalized patient care, from comprehensive family medicine to a variety of specialties: pediatrics, OBGYN, internal medicine, general surgery, orthopedics, neurology, sleep medicine, and more. Diagnostic Clinic, always voted the best of East Texas, and always there to meet your healthcare needs. Online at dcol.net.
This is a reminder from the
Back at Lobo Stadium, Brian Houston, Johnny Vaughn, Matt Morton back at the station producing tonight, as always, doing a great job. And we have got 2 minutes left in this non-district ball game, the 115th meeting between the Longview Lobos and the Marshall Mavericks. Lobos are about to win their 10th in a row as they are leading 20-7. And they have the ball at the Marshall 28-yard line. From the I formation, Hamilton under center will hand it off. Looks like Graves, McCaden Frazier rather, spins and gets maybe a yard on the play. Clock stops at 1:50. Another player loses his head and will have to come off. That is McCaden Frazier with his helmet in his hands. And then they resume running the clock. But they have not started the play clock yet. Okay, now they've started it. And so the game clock continues to run, and again, we're only at 20 seconds, so Lobos are just going to watch this thing tick down and walk out of here with a pretty routine 20-7 win tonight. Hamilton under center, hands off. Mason Washington touched in the backfield and gets dropped for no gain on the play. As the clock winds down to 57 seconds to go, and they just start the play clock, so we may see one more play. But the Lobos will go to 2-0. Wasn't the most beautiful thing to watch tonight. There's a lot to clean up.
Yeah,
but a win is a win is a win, and there's no such thing as an ugly win.
Yeah, and then early on in the season, it's almost always a little bit like this, where you're not hitting on all cylinders.
Right. 4th down and 8 for the Lobos. Hamilton will turn, hand it off. Mason Washington breaks it outside. 20, 15, 10, and runs out of bounds to stop the clock with 9 seconds to go. I honestly don't think Longview would want him to score here.
Probably not, but he would.
Yeah, no doubt.
It looked like he wanted to get in there bad.
The main thing is they got the first down now. Let's see if they don't just take a knee here.
Probably will happen.
9 seconds to go in the game. Yep, they're in the victory formation.
Yeah,
and
they're going to take a knee.
That's it. That's the last play. Hamilton hits the knee, and we'll watch the last 8 seconds run off the clock. And the Longview Lobos run their record to 68 wins over Marshall against 42 losses and 5 ties. The 115th meeting is in the books, and the Longview Lobos win it by a score of 20-7. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back, and we'll have the Sorey and Hoover Law Firm postgame show. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football. Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Now you can arrive at the big game in style in any of the luxurious Buicks in stock at Peters Buick in Longview. With the largest selection of new Buicks in East Texas, you can't lose at Peters. So make the big play now with a new 2025 Buick Envista Preferred for only $24,995. Enjoy the game in the comfort and luxury of a new Buick from the #1 Buick dealer in East Texas, Peters Buick. Online at peterscars.net.
Getting your favorite Chick-fil-A has never been easier. With the Chick-fil-A app, you can order ahead for carry-out, dine-in, or the drive-thru. Want it brought right to your door? Try Chick-fil-A Delivery straight from the East or West Longview locations. Plus, every order earns you Chick-fil-A rewards, and you can redeem them for your favorites. Fast, convenient, and rewarding. That's the Chick-fil-A app. Download today and make mealtime simple. And be sure to follow Chick-fil-A East Longview and Chick-fil-A West Longview on Facebook and Instagram for fun giveaways, exciting new products, and community updates.
Fish's RV knows a thing or two about how to go play in Texas. And we've been here long enough to know that this time of year, in this town, that means one thing. Lobos football is back. And Fish's RV's fired up to be back as a sponsor. We can't wait to watch the green, gold, and white get back to ball and take care of business. So, Lobos fans, help us bring the noise every game this fall. Because if we're going to go play, we might as well go all the way. Fish's RV in Longview at the intersection of Judson and George Ritchie, where memories begin.
Life is meant to be lived in motion, in the moment, on the go. If a sports injury or chronic pain threatens to slow you down, hold you back, or take you out of the game, Christus Health is here, right where you live, with complete personalized orthopedic care. Because you have a lot of games to play, miles to go, and life to live. Christus Health, your life, our purpose. Find care near you at christushealth.org.
At McDaniel's Quality Body Works, we pride ourselves in quality, collision repair, and friendly service. McDaniel's is at the forefront of today's complex vehicles by being certified by General Motors, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, Honda, Infiniti, Kia, and Hyundai. These certifications require intensive I-CAR training along with an investment in new equipment and technology. When you need peace of mind for collision repair, call McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, or Gilmer.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
Power into summer with a new generator from Tri-State. It's storm season in East Texas. That means power failures. Act now with up to $1,999 off. Plus free remote monitoring and first-year maintenance for free. That's right. Save up to $1,999. And don't be caught in the dark this storm season. Call 903-331-0466. That's 903-331-0466. Or visit TriStateGenerators.com. When it comes to backup power, why wait? Call Tri-State.
Life is full of healthcare needs, large and small, from the birth of a child to caring for elderly patients. Since 1975, the Diagnostic Clinic of Longview has been serving East Texans with quality, personalized patient care, from comprehensive family medicine to a variety of specialties: pediatrics, OBGYN, internal medicine, general surgery, orthopedics, neurology, sleep medicine, and more. Diagnostic Clinic, always voted the best of East Texas, and always there to meet your healthcare needs. Online at dcol.net.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Friday Night Football. It's more than a game. It's community, pride, and giving your kids the best opportunities. With a mortgage from Telco Plus Credit Union, you can make sure your family is in the school district where champions are made, on and off the field. We offer competitive rates, quick approvals, and the hometown service you can trust. Get in the right home in the right district so your kids can play and win where it matters most. Visit telcoplus.org today. We are your financial solution. Credit and membership qualifications apply. Equal housing lender insured by the NCUA.
Welcome to the Longview Lobo postgame show on 106.5 Jack FM.
Brought to you by the law offices of Sorey and Hoover on 106.5 Jack FM.
Brian Houston along with Johnny Vaughn, Matt Morton back at the station. The final score tonight, Longview 20, Marshall 7. Longview goes to 2-0. The Marshall Mavericks fall to 1-1. It was a sluggish start for the Lobos in the first half. They got off to a poor start on defense as they gave up a long run by the quarterback, Henderson. Alton Henderson took it 46 yards to the 5, and then Henderson threw a 5-yard touchdown pass to Russell Crawford, and Marshall led 7-0 with 6:38 to go in the first quarter. That's how it ended after the first quarter, and it went that way. It was still 7-0 until we got to about the 3-minute mark. Longview got a 70-yard drive, finally got something going when they took over it at about 8:51 to go in the second quarter. They drove it 70 yards. They ate up about 5 minutes and 30 seconds of clock. Trey Hamilton threw a couple of passes, one 15 yards to Kylan Cummings, the other to Herndon for 11 yards. That set up a Mason Washington 5-yard touchdown, and that made it 7-7 with 3:22 to play in the first half. Marshall fumbled on the ensuing first offensive play. Kristen Williams recovered it, and Longview was able to score again. Mason Washington from 2 yards out. 2 touchdowns within 11 seconds. It's 14-7. Longview on top of Marshall. And then one more time, Denaj Montgomery fumbled for Marshall. Longview recovered that one. Bradley Williams was able to fall on it. That set up a 35-yard field goal by Felipe Ayala, and that made it 17-7 Longview with 1:09 to go in the first half, and the game went to halftime with Longview leading it by 10, 17-7. Moving to the third quarter, pretty uneventful. Nobody scores. We had a couple of fumbles. Lawson Tubbs did have a sack in that third quarter. And then we get to the fourth quarter, and again, the Longview defense just suffocates Marshall. And Longview gets the ball at the Marshall 44, and they get a 13-yard pass to Peterson from Hamilton, and that sets up a Mason Washington 16-yard run and another 30-yard field goal. This one from Ayala made it 20-7 with 4:30 to go in the game. Longview holds on, and Longview wins it by a score of 20-7. So Johnny Vaughn, kind of a business-like effort by the Lobos tonight. Can't say it was a real emotional win or anything like that, but they got the job done and they get out of here with a W.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing. Number one, when you start a new season, especially when you've got a whole lot of new people, you'd like to think, oh, everything's just going to go great and step out there and play like you would the fifth game. But it just doesn't really happen that way. In Longview, again, that you see some of the players out there are going to be great before the season's over. We got a lot of guys that can do a lot of things. Maybe tonight's game wasn't the best game that we will play with this team for sure. I mean, you just got to look at it as a new year and hope that you get better every week, which I think we will.
And you know, we'd be remiss to not remember that the Longview offense is really very young.
Yeah.
Not a lot of experience in that. Only had 3 starters coming back. And so you're still seeing this team trying to gel and get some chemistry, kind of find some rhythm. You see Hamilton not exactly on the same page with his receivers on some throws. You saw some drops. You saw some fumbles. It's just a little ragged right now, but that's to be expected, and that's what you're trying to do is get your team ready for district. That's the main thing.
Yeah, and what you want to do is show improvement every week. And, you know, you've got to remember that actually, you know, it's almost a year ago when we actually played against another, you know, a team where it really mattered. And so it just takes a while. But Longview's got great coaches. They got great players. Now, the next 2 or 3 weeks is going to be a test.
Yeah, and speaking of the next 2 or 3 weeks, Duncanville held on to beat South Oak Cliff 35-28.
Woo!
Okay, so it was 35-14 at halftime. And they came back, South Oak Cliff came back to, and this, again, Duncanville is like one of the top 5 teams in the country. And South Oak Cliff came back and lost by 7. So Longview's got their hands full next week when they go on the road to Dallas and Kincaid Stadium. It was a wild, tight ball game last year. Thought Longview had a chance, a real good opportunity to win the ball game. Made a lot of mistakes, shot themselves in the foot, missed on an opportunity to beat a good South Oak Cliff team. They're going to have to play a lot better than they played tonight, and they're going to have to get off to a lot faster start.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You know, that's kind of what happened last year. You know, we lost a couple of games, Ruston into South Oak Cliff, and everybody's like, geez, this is awful. We've lost 2 games in a row, and then you come out and we're 1 game from going to the state championship.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're going to take a timeout. It's Longview 20-7 over Marshall. We're hoping to talk to Coach Oscar Wilson. As soon as this ball game's over, as soon as he gets up to the box, we'll have him on. We'll take a break. This is Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-9624. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-9624. That's 800-507-9624. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Longview Lobo High School football. Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Back at Lobo Stadium, the Longview Lobos win it by a score of 20-7 over the Marshall Mavericks tonight in the 115th meeting of the Side 20 rivalry. And, of course, as we told you before, Coach John King had surgery for mouth cancer back on Tuesday. He's going to miss some time, and in his stead is going to be the interim head coach, who's been here longer than any of them, 47 years at this point, Oscar Wilson. Coach Wilson, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm proud of the boys, the effort we put forth. We made mistakes, but we're going to clean those up.
We were talking about that first quarter, slow starting offensively especially. What was going on and giving you trouble there?
Well, we always have some plays scripted, and we're going to try to see what they're doing on defense. And so we had to make some adjustments. We made those adjustments, and everything came out okay.
I thought you started channeling John King about second quarter when you lined up in 2 tight ends and just started driving it down their throat.
Well, you said it. I've been here 47 years. We're a power football team, and that's what we're going to go back to. We're going back to home base.
Okay. How did you feel your defense played after the first drive? I mean, they had the long quarterback run to set up the short touchdown pass. And that was a little worrisome because the kid had rushed for 200 yards against Tyler the week before. What did you think about the way the defense played?
Well, I knew. I'm not going to say I know. I knew what the defense was going to do because they always step up. And Coach Berry makes some adjustments on the sideline, and they adjust and go to it. That's what they did.
Fantastic. Well, they played great tonight.
Yes.
Tubbs, the linebacker. I mean, that kid's come out of nowhere, and I mean, he's been a highlight reel every week.
Well, he played some last year, later on in the year, went into the playoffs, and experience is the best teacher. So once you see it enough times, you adjust to it. And that's what he's doing.
As far as your offense is concerned, you got the new offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. You put in a lot of new things on offense, and you got a very young offense. Where do you think they are right now?
We're in that not crawling step. We are walking some, but we still need to make some adjustments. The main thing is when you have an opportunity to handle the ball, whether you're running it or throwing it and catching it, that's what we got to adjust.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your role tonight. How weird was that for you after 47 years of running the sidelines and being the assistant? How strange was it tonight for you, John King?
Not strange at all, because I went up to Coach Berry and I just listened to what he was saying and walked away. Okay, Coach Sanders, I'm right next to him, and I'm with him every day, so I have a feel for him. A vibe.
Okay. So are you the guy making the calls to go for it on fourth down and all that?
We all collectively. All of us offensive coaches said we're going for it.
Okay. And you did.
Because Coach Bayer had told us we got inside the plus 40, it's 4 down territory. So that's why we went for it.
Okay. And have you had a chance to talk to Coach King this week? I'm sure you.
No, I haven't talked to him.
Okay.
But I've seen text messages, and I tell him this. Our last conversation on Tuesday, I told him one thing: you're gonna be all right. God has your back, and as long as God is for you, you're gonna be all right.
So, what do you know about how he's doing right now after this surgery?
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing: he's still giving orders.
So he's feeling great. He's feeling great. I love it. That's outstanding, Coach. So we hear tonight that Duncanville held off South Oak Cliff. They were up 35-14 at half. They ended up winning at 35-28. You got your hands full next week going to Dallas.
Absolutely, and people don't understand that football team in South Oak Cliff is coming, okay? They have the talent, they have the good coaching, and they're going to do whatever they can to beat you.
Yeah, and we saw last year you guys had them right where you wanted them and made just enough mistakes to not win the game. So you know you can play with them, or at least you could last year.
Anytime we hit the football field, we're going to play and let the chips fall where they may. But we don't back down from anyone. We have no fear in our hearts.
Okay. So what's the week going to look like for you? What has it been like this week with Coach King not being there at practice? And have you seen a lot of difference in the way you guys do anything? Or
no, because the thing that we do, every position coach has a responsibility. Get your job done. And we're gonna do our jobs. And Coach King can rest assured, that's the last thing he said. I'm not worried about this. I know y'all going to take care of it.
Fantastic. Well, Coach Wilson, congratulations. Johnny, you got anything? I just meant to... Hang on. Go ahead.
It looks to me like that our passing game is getting closer and closer. As the game went on, you could start to see that we were a little bit off on where the breaks are made from the receivers, or a little behind it. But as we went on, I thought everybody was coming together. And I think give us 2 or 3 more weeks, and we're going to be there.
Well, we knew going into the season that it was going to be a work in progress. And so what we're going to do is build on each week.
Yeah.
It's like building blocks.
Right.
You're going to put them up there. Some might fall, but you're going to have enough to stay in place. We're going to be all right.
And that's what it looked like.
Yes.
And from last week to this week, it was a little better.
Yes.
And the second half, a couple of throws, it was a little better. Yep. The routes were better. So I'm looking forward to to the next few weeks.
The thing that we always talk about is this: we're not going to be the same team in week 16 as we are right now. It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
And as long as those kids have in their heart to keep working hard, we're going to be all right.
Coach, you know one thing I have to laugh about, though, when you think about it, I know that Coach Sanders came in and he's put in a lot of different routes, running a way different passing game than it looks like the Lobos have run all these past years. But what I find so funny about it is that the most effective offensive plays you guys have is that stupid dive play with the fullback. Nobody can stop that thing.
No, it's an option, and that fullback hits it, and as long as he's at his mesh point and not slowing down, we're good to go. And then when he starts squeezing that fullback, quarterback keeps it. And that's another option. So,
well, I don't think you need to go to option 2. Nobody's been able to stop him yet.
And I'm saying this, Johnny Hamilton, quarterback, he's maturing. He's coming into his own week by week, and that's all we can ask of him.
Well, he did a great job tonight. Everybody on the Lobos team did. Good win over a rival in Marshall, and we look forward to seeing you next week when we go up to Kincaid Stadium to see South Oak Cliff.
Right.
Any final thoughts?
Well, my final thought is this, and I've been telling people this all the week. All I'm doing is what Coach King told us to do. Do your job. Accept your responsibility and get your job done. That's all I'm doing. He's the head coach. I made sure that hat of his was brought on the field because he's with us. No matter where he's in the hospital bed, but he's still here in spirit. And the main thing, in truth.
Absolutely. Well, we're praying for him and his family. One other thing I did want to ask you about, I know you don't know exactly when he might come back, but is there a point where he's going to be strong enough that he can go to see Haynes play some at Georgia Tech before the season's over?
I can't answer that one because I haven't talked to him individually, but I know that's his goal.
Yeah.
And once he sets a goal, he's going to retain it.
Don't get in his way.
Don't get in his way.
Oscar Wilson, thank you so much, sir. It's great. Congratulations on a big win tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Take care. All right. We're going to wrap here from Lobo Stadium. That's going to do it. Next week, Longview travels to Dallas to face Class 5A powerhouse South Oak Cliff at Kincaid Stadium. The Coach John King Show with head coach Oscar Wilson, the interim head coach, is on at 7 o'clock next week. Kickoff is at 7:30. Johnny Vaughn and I will have the call. So for Johnny and Matt Morton back at the station, I'm Brian Houston. Thanks very much for listening tonight. Our final score once again, Longview 20, Marshall 7. You've been listening to Longview Lobo Football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
Thanks for listening to the Longview Lobo Postgame Show, an exclusive broadcast presentation on 106.5 Jack FM.
Also brought to you by the law offices of Sorey and Hoover.